family, salute y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow. Got another one here for you, man. I just want to say what's up to everybody here.
Yeah, boy, you a fella. I say you got me, man. That's what I'm saying.
What Tim Snow. Takes for the story family, salute y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow. Takes for the story family, salute y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow.
Texas Prison Story family, salute y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow. We got a special edition tonight, man. First and foremost, I want to shout out to homie Bobo. Bobo is the one that put this down for me. Like he literally got everything.
Yeah, shout out to Bobo too, baby. And my boy right there, man.
Yeah, Bobo a real one, man. He been so Bobo been messing with Texas Prison Stories since almost day one, bro. No lie. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the people that I talk to every now and then. I remember when he was down here in Houston working and everything. So much love to him for even making this happen. And I tell you what, he spoke highly of you. And when he spoke so highly of you, I say, I need this man on my show. I want this guy on here. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Bobo, he's like to me, I feel like he's a success story. You know what I'm saying? He's what somebody could be if they just put their mind and their ambitions behind it. You know what I'm saying? They can make it in life. You ain't got to let a felony define you. You get what I'm saying? If you know what I mean? To corner you in, to cage you in. Like, there's ways around it. And Bobo, like I said, man, it's real good to see him in the position that he's in, coming from where he came from. You know what I'm saying? And man, that's just my boy, man. We ain't friends, man. We family. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so we was in that group chat earlier. I said one day I can't wait to come up there in D-Town and whoop you boys in some dominoes, though.
Oh man, you ain't ready for this, baby.
Yeah, nah, yeah. Say, man, that's one thing I'm good at right there. I count them dominoes like I count my money. You know what I'm saying?
You did.
It's straight like that. So listen, this is Big Ben, Triple D, y'all. D-Town Tango Blast in this bitch, and I'm honored to have him right here. Done state time, fed time. He's got a lot to talk about tonight. But man, you know what? I want you to introduce yourself to the people, Big Ben, because they know who you are in D-Town. But, you know, we got a worldwide audience right here. We got them all over Texas. We got them watching on all the penitentiaries on them Jags right now and everybody. So just tell them a little bit about how you came up and who we're talking to right here.
Yeah, you know, my name is Benito Galvan. I'm 42, born and raised Dallas, Texas, you know, all day, baby. Pretty much... I mean, my story is kind of like the same, but a little different than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you want me to just get onto it like that, or you know what I'm saying?
However you want to do it, my brother. However
you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up, it wasn't really rough, man. You know, yeah, we was poor and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have to go wait in line for the food, for the you know, powdered milk, King vitamins. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know. If you ever been on that shit, you know what I'm talking about, man. And you know, there was a couple of Christmases, man. Like, you know, mom didn't have no money, stepdad didn't have no money, man. And Salvation Army came through. You know what I'm saying? And they pulled up in a box truck and pulled out a bunch of gifts and Christmas trees. And you know, regardless, man, I gotta salute moms, man, because no matter what, she made it happen. You get what I'm saying? And but anyways, let's move forward with that. You know, eventually she became a single mom, and she started working, and she started working a lot. And it was just me, my brother, my sister. My brother was older, and of course I'm the youngest, man. And so, you know, pretty much that's when the gang life started coming in. That's when I started getting introduced to the gang life because of my brother and my older sister. You know, started bringing everybody around and stuff. And then eventually, like, you know, my mom, she started doing more than just working, if you know what I mean. She was moving a little bit, and I would usually see the money, man, and all the stuff, and I'm like, man, ain't no way she's making this at her job. But come to find out, man, she was hustling, homie, and me seeing that kind of like put that ambition behind me too. You know what I'm saying? Like look at this woman, man, single mom raising 3 kids on her own, and she's getting it any way she can, man. You know what I'm saying? So
respect to mama, because hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You got to,
man. You know, like
feed, man. Can't nobody judge nobody.
Yeah, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't judge mama either, man. And I don't judge anybody's mama. Whatever they gotta do to get that money or put it on the table, you know what? I salute you, because you can easily just sit there and starve, man. But the ones that get up there and actually do something, no matter what it is, I salute you, man. You know what I'm
I do
saying? And
too.
that goes for the fathers too, because a lot of people don't realize that there's a lot of single fathers out there that hustle, man, and grind. And I mean, for instance, my boy, look at you, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at you, man. You know,
I
I actually
appreciate it,
had the
brother.
honor. I actually had the honor the other night with you, you know, praying with your daughter, my man. And that's a you know, that's an intimate moment, man, between a father and a daughter, man. And I appreciate you allowing me to be a part of that, man. But that actually just shows that the morals that you're instilling in your daughter, man, you're showing her a better life than what you had. You get what I'm saying? And you know, I salute you for that too, my boy. Just I want to let you know that too.
Thank you. You know what? I appreciate you saying that because we do that every night. We just got through doing that, and
Mhm.
I told you sometimes I'm not even quite sure how I feel about things in life, but I understand how important that the morals and the instillment of morals are
Yeah,
into these children and things like that. That maybe my parents were so busy struggling with their life and doing the same, you know, doing what they do, that sometimes they forgot that, you know. And I'm not knocking them at all either, right? I got parents that did what they had to do, but I try to like knowing that now, having my baby as an older man, bro. You know, it's like kind of know what's more important. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
so yeah. I appreciate you appreciating that. I
Hey,
really didn't
no, man,
think that
for
you
real,
was gonna
like.
even notice if you want to know the truth. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
man, it's because remember what I told you, like, wow, after that was done, man, I actually, you know, I said that. Thank you for letting me, because it actually took me, like, it made me reflect. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get to that, you know, a little later, you know, but you know, a lot of people don't realize, man, like, you just don't lose, you know, time serving in prison, man. You lose more than just time. You get what I'm saying? You lose,
Yeah.
like we're gonna
Sometimes
get
we
into
lose
that.
our
You know what I'm
soul.
saying?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, bro, and you know, you while you're in there, man, you lose people that you will never see again in life, man. You know what I'm saying? And just the psychological effect that it has on some people, man, like it's hard. You get what I'm saying? But
Uh,
you know, it's like that's what I'm saying. That's one of the many costs that really, looking back, it's not worth what I did. You get what I'm saying? Because you know, all the money, all that, whatever, I would exchange that for one more day with my nephew. You get what I'm saying? So it is
Respect,
what it is. You
respect,
know what I'm
and
saying?
that and
So.
that's so that was part of the reason why I wanted to have you on here too, because you realize the mission and the point of what we do right here. And Bobo made it clear, I made it clear, and you said you've been wanting to do something, you know, reach out to these young children. And I
Yeah,
told you though, hey, they listen to me in Galveston, they listen to me in Houston, but we need somebody from Dallas to come speak and tell these kids it ain't the life up there neither. You know what I'm saying? And that's
yeah,
what you're here for. So I'm honored to
yeah.
have you, my brother. Thank you.
Like I said, I'm honored to be here, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
Yes.
I'll pick up from in school, man. I played basketball. You know what I'm saying? I was ABA, you know, honor roll student, all that. But you know, just seeing and you know the TV and all that stuff, and it was kind of like for me, my mom, she tried to keep us away from that. Even though she did what she did, she tried to keep us away from that. But just being told no kind of made you curious. You get what I'm saying? Why though? It's success. It's working for you type. So you know, I would just go around behind mama back, man, and start doing my thing. You know, and I remember started selling fossil watches, man. That's what really got the grind in me, man. I started selling fossil watches in Bussy Middle School in Garland, homie, and then I was popping them, you know, whatever. I'm not trying to get into that, but that right there, seeing that and how much money and the hustle and everything, and I was just that on top of what I see growing up, it kind of like infused something in me, man. And you know, I kind of was wanting to do that, so I pursued it, man. And you know, while I'm pursuing of being this grand drug dealer that I had envisioned in my head for some odd reason, man. Like at 17 years old, mind you, man, I'm playing basketball, starting, you know, grades and everything's going great, everything, man. Me and a couple partners, we go out and we start breaking into cars, man, trying to steal radios and just seeing what cars have, man. And man, we got ran on by the Garland Police Department, and since there was three of us, this is how I caught my first felony at 17. They instead of burglary of a motor vehicle, they considered it engaging in organized criminal activity, which made it a state jail felony. You know what I'm saying? So here I am, 17 years old, man, JV starting, basketball player, man. You know, A honor roll student, all this shit, man. And I'm looking at my first felony at 17 years old. I ain't even graduated. Now I'm gonna apologize right now if y'all hear me saying nigga. I don't mean nothing bias, racial, anything like that. It's just
That's
the
all
environment
good.
that I'm
You
raised
know.
in, man. I just want to put that out there, man. Like I don't want to
No,
offend nobody, man, but
so
you
we
know,
we so we was talking about that yesterday. Guess what? Mexican OT came out and apologized about it. Nobody
I'm
was
glad.
mad. Listen, nobody was mad about OT saying that word. He was mad about him daring
But
on to
what they
do
said,
something about
yeah,
it. And
yeah,
you
that was
dare
the
any
wrong
group
way,
of
man.
people in this world to do something about it, they probably gonna try to do something about it. And that's where his mistake was. Ain't nobody tripping about that though. It's all good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's for
but I just
sure.
want to put it out there, man. Like, you know, for the ones that if you know, they, like I said, I'm being mindful about it and stuff like that. But if it does slip, just know I don't mean nothing racial by it. It's just how I grew up, man. You know what I'm saying? You know that we here in Texas, baby. That's how we talk down here. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, yeah, I
um,
did. I did. I did too. I told you, me too. So sometimes it's so I told you the reason that I stopped saying that word is when I was in
yeah,
TDC. I seen the East Texas homies, like the Crips from East Texas, was real. Nobody ever said one word to me. Nobody ever tried to check me or punk me or mark me out about it. Nothing. No, it was just I could see that it made them uncomfortable. They was like, man, I've never seen a white. First of all, they had never seen a white loc, right? And then especially
yeah,
hearing me say that word, it just like I was just a shock to them totally. But at the same time, I didn't want to disrespect the men that I was riding and dying for that was gonna have my back and love me and would feed me and you know what I'm saying. So I worked my way away from saying that word, but uh, hey, when I'm in my comfort zone and stuff like that, I still slip up and
no,
say it a lot too. It ain't no big deal. Like I say
yeah,
now, we know
it's
when you're saying it with bad intentions, but
yeah,
the way
yeah.
OT himself responded to that question is what had everybody upset. And so
Hold them out, man. Yeah, yeah. But like,
yeah, but
yeah,
anyway, that's no big old deal. We talked about that not even being a big old deal. So
yeah, I
listen though,
know, homie, but you know, I
17
just
years
like I
old
said,
though,
yeah,
17 years old going to state jail. What state jail y'all go
17
to
years
up there?
old.
Dawson State Jail?
Nah, Dawson was closed by the time I was going to. They closed it down by the time I was going to state jail for the first time, and I went to Hutchins. So I was right there in Hutchins State Jail, man. You know what I'm
Hudson
saying?
State Jail.
Yeah, they sentenced me to a year. I only did 6 months over there because I did 6 months in county waiting to, you know, get sentenced and all that shit for it. So I did 6 months over there and got out. You know what I'm saying? So that was my first feeling. Now being up in there, man, like, all right, so Hutchins, man, you know, if for y'all that don't know, Hutchins is like it's a split unit, man. You got TDC on one side, you got state jail on the other. TDC usually does like the laundry, the cooking, and everything like that to leave the
Mhm.
boys with the time. And then they do all that for themselves, but also for the state jail side. Because state jail side, everything, you know, is in and out, man. You got people with short time, flat time. They're just coming doing this shit, leaving and all that stuff. So they tend to segregate that. So you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So being there, man, I remember my very first day getting there, man, and I will never forget this. Man. So you know, I go out, I get there, put my mat out and everything, and they call Red. So you know what I'm saying? I had been in county for a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I'm gonna go outside and enjoy some of this sun, man. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I go out there, mind you, I play ball and everything. So I'm going out there, and I'm sitting against the fence on the floor, and you know, I'm watching the boys play basketball, and then you got people walking around, man. You know what I'm saying, around the basket, you know, or around the fence area, you know, walking around. Well, you know, there was a she boy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what the correctly, but it's a she boy, man. Walks by and there was, you know, motherfuckers like, ooh, you look cute with them green eyes and this and this and that, right? So, man, in my head, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you see the movies and everything, man. I stand up, I say, hey, man, listen, man, you got me fucked up.
Yeah.
Excuse my language, but like, man, you got me fucked up, man. You ain't gonna talk to me like, nah, hold on, man. Don't come over here with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker just looked at me and kept walking. And then when they come back around, motherfucker like, all right, I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, whatever, man. We, you know, popping out, bro. I'm trying to, you know, whatever, be the brave man, you know, whatever. See, you know, whatever they did off the movies, whatever, man, because that's in your head at the time, man.
Right.
And
Right.
people got to understand this ain't Hollywood when you get up in there, man. Whatever they show in the movies, man, is, you know what I'm saying, 9 times out of 10, it ain't like that in there. You know what I'm saying? It's different, man. So, you know, in my head, I'm like, all right, motherfucker kept walking, he didn't step up, didn't do nothing. I'm thinking I won and shit. You know what I'm saying? Until the next morning, breakfast time. That motherfucker came in. with a big swole dude, man, big old swole dude, call him Cadillac, man, a big ass Cadillac symbol on his chest, big old swole dude. I'm eating breakfast, homie. Mind you, in stage L, they don't pick you up and blast. I mean, if you blast you when you get there because you was at you was at TDC or whatever, cool. But they don't pick up in stage L at the time. I don't know how it is now, but this is way back, in 2004. Hold on, no, 2001 and shit, bro. Then so I'm basically just sitting there with some cats from the city, man. That we're all salons and shit, and the motherfucker comes in and like, I told you I had something for your ass.
And he
Here it
got
is, big
big
motherfucker,
Cadillac for your
big
ass.
Cadillac come up in there, man. So I'm like, I was like, man, I stand up, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, what's up? And of course, man, another thing, you can't show weakness in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Because if you show any kind of weakness, some boys are gonna eat you alive. You
So
know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. If I want to hear this story, but listen, let me tell them people something. What he just said, and my very first video I ever did, Ben. I know you didn't get to see it because first of all, he's only been out for 1 month, y'all. Ben only been out for 1 month, so he's fresh, right? He's on. He hadn't even got to see none of my content. But my first video.
I'm catching up on it, man. For real.
Yeah,
Like,
but listen, my
we got
first
some good
video
shit,
I
man.
ever did on this channel, you can go back and see. It was about Pam Lincner State Jail, and it was the same way, right? Where the TDC side did all the cooking, laundry, they did all that, and it was friendly over there. And you can still get punched down or whatever, but
Oh,
the
yeah,
state jail side, what he's talking about, y'all, is day for day. There ain't nobody gets in trouble for no squabbling, no nothing. Like you got to man up in this place. I mean, there, like he
Mhm.
said, no weakness. If Big Cadillac want that problem, I probably back then probably was Lil Ben because he was 17. You know what I'm saying?
Believe it or not, it was Big Ben because I was 6'2", homie, and at the time
Oh,
back then
okay,
I'm 6'2", 260, but I played basketball, so it wasn't like
okay. So
flabby
you had a little
260.
size on
Yeah,
you then.
I had my little ties going on, man. But hey,
Well,
I
that's
knew
why he
I'm
went
gonna
and got Cadillac then. Your ass was
have.
big. Oh, okay, I
Hey,
got you.
bro, I was like, man, I thought my work cut out for me with this motherfucker. But hey, like I said, bro, you can't show that weakness, and that's just something that is instilled in every man. Period, man. It's called the fight or flight. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's called fight or flight, man. So that's what separates the men from the boys. You know what I'm saying? You're either gonna fight or you're gonna run. You get what I'm saying? So to me, that ain't just a prison thing. That's out here. It's a survival thing. You know what I'm saying? That's been instilled in us since back then. You get what I'm saying? Since
Absolutely.
evolution, baby. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
part of
So
hustling, part of life too.
yeah,
It can't be a
yeah.
hustler in the street if you're gonna get
It's
robbed and
fair.
jacked all day and not stand
But
up for yourself.
you know what they say? Scary money don't make no money, baby. You know what I'm saying? So but anyway, so I'm like, man, what's up, blah blah blah, and luckily Cadillac recognized that. You know what I'm saying? I was new, fresh. You get what I'm saying? And but he knew I wasn't backing down either. But this is like another thing, man. You ain't always got to fight to get respect, man. As long as you stand up for yourself, you know what I'm saying, and just stand strong on what you believe, man. You ain't got to throw a punch, homie. You ain't got to throw a kick. You ain't got to throw a lie. You ain't got to shank anybody. You ain't got to do none of that, man. You know what I'm
Real
saying? Like,
fact. Just show some heart.
yeah, just show some heart, man. 9 times out of 10, you get up, no matter how big that motherfucker is, man. As long as you get up and you show that you willing to go, man. Not, hey, I ain't gonna say 9 times out of 10, 50-50 chance, old boy gonna be like, you got that, homie.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all see little homie got heart here or whatever. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
Yeah.
but that basically what happened. You know what I'm saying? He was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, you knew, he broke it down to me. Now I broke it down to him. I'm like, look, bro, I'm like, dude came by trying to flirt with me, bro. I don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? This and this and this. So I guess I was his punk or whatever. Excuse me. That's what we call him in the prison. So I don't mean to offend anybody out there with that word anyway. But
Well, that's what you call
I
them
guess
for
I was
sure.
his punk, man. So we turned around and checked. Hey, man, and that was the end of that. It turned out me and Cadillac ended up becoming cool because Cadillac played basketball. You know what I'm saying? So, within the next few days, like I would go out there and we ended up, bumping in with each other out there. And he's like, man, you want to play? I'm like, yeah. So, man, we started playing ball and shit. So, Cadillac ended up becoming a good dude, man. But like I said, that's just something that you never forget because that's like one of the first experiences that could have either went south or it turned out the way it did. You get what I'm saying? And luckily it turned out the way it did because that shit could have easily, and you know this, my man, that shit could have easily turned south quick
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
heartbeat, man.
for
You know
sure.
what I'm
Because
saying?
guess what? Cadillac little girlfriend right there definitely was gonna jump in too. Y'all, you wasn't gonna
What?
be no, it wasn't gonna be one on one.
And it ain't no telling like who behind Cadillac in the line back there, man. You know, baby, positions, baby, positions. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
brand
So
new.
yeah, I'm brand new. Yeah. So like, you know, all this shit that you know, I've learned in prison is through time, man, through trials and tribulations, man, through you know lessons and shit, and watching and everything. You know, you end up doing that for so long, it becomes second nature to you, and it's the same way out here for you too. You know what I'm saying? And that's for anybody who's been in play. Even you, homie, you know when something's gonna pop. You feel that tension in the room, like it's undescribable
Hmm.
unless you know what I'm talking about. Because
Yeah.
you know it's you could ain't no words got to be exchanged, but you just feel it in the air, like, hey man, something finna go down, bro. Like, and sure enough, shit pops off. You know what I'm talking about.
You know
And I
what's
know
the
a lot of
worst part
homeboys out
is?
there
Hold on. The
too.
worst part is being when you feel it coming and you really don't know what it is coming though, cause ain't
I'm the
nobody
coolest.
laced you up on it
No,
yet.
nothing.
You know what I'm saying? You the new guy. You feel everybody done got
No.
quiet. Remember that they got that comedian say Mexican got boots on in that story. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you see shit like that happening, and you don't know even what's going on, dog. Yeah, that kind of happened to me. So that's why I was saying in my first story, something. So I had to fight a big ass dude on the rec yard. They sent me a kite and told me that he beat up a crip down on the other side of the wing, on another wing, and now that he's down here, I gotta go look at him. And I'm thinking, damn, I just got here. I don't even know this dude. Like, can't somebody got to point him out to me? Like, I have no idea who I'm supposed to go squabble. All I know is if I don't
Boy,
go
that be
do
the
it,
worst ones, ain't it, man? You
yeah.
don't
But I
want
just know if I
to.
don't go do it, I'm gonna be a mark, and they finna do something
Yeah,
to me. So I'm
you
like,
don't
fuck
know.
it. And he turned out to be a big old dude too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this
Yeah,
is crazy right now. Like, and I wasn't that big back then. I was skinny. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
listen, Dawson though. I mean, I'm sorry, Hutchins. It got a reputation though of a bunch of punching, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
But
Like
man,
what was it like for real on a day-to-day
I,
basis?
I got my first fight in prison right there, bro. That was my, you know, I'll get to that there too, man, because it's another lesson that I learned. You know what I'm saying? I know I had to fight behind this one though. You know what I'm saying? And that was my very first prison fight. And you're right, bro. Like over there, it don't matter, state jail, TDC, whatever, man. And I know people, you know, oh, Bob saying it's just a transfer facility and all this other shit. Hey, bro, it don't matter where the fuck you at. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the lows, I've been in the camps, bro, and to see a motherfucker get stabbed up, and see a motherfucker get locked down, bro. In county, homie, like you know, a lot of people like, oh man, you further that mom. Nah, homie, you don't underestimate anybody, anytime, anywhere in there, bro, because you
Facts.
don't know what the next man's thinking, what the next man is, or how he is in his head up there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you sitting
Facts.
there relaxing and fuck, that'd be the worst thing you ever did. You know what I'm saying? You just always gotta stay in P's and Q's, man. But all right, so moving forward, man, I'm gonna tell you about that my first fight in there, man. So you know, I'm everything in the tank is all good. You know, I'm already like 3-4 months into my bid. You know, finished damn near like 2 months away from going home and shit, bro. And you know, in there, you know, it's segregated. You know, Mexicans, you know, Mexican with the Mexicans, you know, blacks, whites, and of course, you know, you got you know, as yourself, you know, you got a white crib, homie. And so sometimes you'll see a white or Mexican or, you know what I'm saying, Chinese dude with the cribs, or sometimes you see black dude over here with the blast, homie, you know what I'm saying, or Chinese or a white dude with the blast, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like we're starting to see beyond colors now. You get what I'm saying? Now it's
Right.
about how a motherfucker feel. And it right
Right.
here, you know what I'm saying? That's why we accept, you know, black, white, Chinese, you know what I'm saying? Because if you love our city and you love what we represent, you know, then why not, homie? You know what I'm saying? With skin color, I don't see skin color, man. You know what I'm saying? To me, I don't care if you're black, white, whatever, homie. Like, what I see is your charisma. You get what I'm saying? Your heart
Right. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the way you carry yourself, and that's all I need to see. You know what I'm saying? Because
Real
color don't.
recognize real, and men respect men.
That's right, homie. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So, with that being said, I'm out there chilling with a Mexican dude, and man, I think they're called like mejicles or oh man, what they call in the
Mm-hmm.
state, homie, the little car, mejicles or
Vehicles.
something. Yeah, there you
Vehicles.
go, mejicles, man, and he's playing dominoes against Wood, homie. And you know, like I said, I'm cool with both of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm taking score because I got Knicks, and the white dude. he lays a domino down, and I'm looking at him because he got 15 on the board. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't calling nothing. And like I said, this is another lesson. Boom. I say, hey, bro, you ain't gonna call your money? And he goes, oh shit,
You got into
15.
the game. Oh
Man, bro, you
man.
ain't supposed to, bro. Just take that goddamn score and shut the fuck
Yeah, for real. Square
up. You know
business.
what
Mind
I'm
your
saying?
fucking business right now.
Mind
We
your
probably
fucking business.
gambling. Yeah.
Bro, let me tell you like this, that I mean, he, you know, we call them vicers in the Fed, so I'm just gonna keep it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, they call
Keep it-
themselves so they starting
okay,
to call themselves
Python.
Pisces in the state now
Okay,
too, believe it or
okay.
not. But it's still Mexique at the
Yeah,
same time. That's the official
okay.
name. Yeah.
So, you know, the bike he looks at me, he's like, hey, get on down, like, what's up, man? Why you do that? And I was like, what, homie? I was like, nigga had money on the board. He tells me, he's like, yeah, but man, he didn't fucking, if he didn't see that, call it, homie, and I play, he don't get that. Like, you ain't supposed to, da 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 da. And he, you know, he's talking to me all in Spanish, homie. And I'm like, me growing up, I didn't learn Spanish, homie. You know, I learned, you know where I learned Spanish at? In there. You know what I'm saying? In
Mhm.
prison, I understood it because my grandmas on both sides of the family spoke nothing but Spanish. So I know what you're saying. Believe me, all day I know what you're saying at the time, but I couldn't really. I mean, I would try to speak it back to you, but when I'm mad, bro, you give me pumped, bro. I ain't trying to speak no kind of Spanish, bro. I'm speaking some English, and you better understand what I'm saying, bro. Cause I don't give a fuck
Right.
if you know whatever. So, dude is talking to me in Spanish, bro, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck you want to do about it, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like I tell him just like that. He's like, what? What? Tell me in Spanish. Tell me in Spanish. So once again, I'm like, man, we in fucking Texas, bro. We speak English with this bitch, bro. So learn some fucking like. I mean, I wasn't even trying to be right, but it just pissed me off, bro. And I couldn't
Right.
speak Spanish at the time. I'm letting him know, nigga. I'm, learn English.
Yeah.
So he was like, man, you know what? You ain't nothing but a little boy, man. You don't know shit. So when he said that, bro, like blew me off and said, you ain't nothing but a little boy, man. You ain't gonna do shit, bro. Hey, man, everybody in the tank already watching. You know what I'm saying? Basically, he just said, I'm a little boy and I ain't gonna do shit. So here's another position that you're in, man.
He
And this shit
forced
ain't a
your hand at
building.
that point.
You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do, bro? You gonna punch or you gonna fucking, you know what I'm saying, catch that pussy and then everybody's gonna come and take the zuzu, whams and fucking soups and all that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna stop. You know, regardless, I'm gonna do this. I three-piece his ass real quick. Pop, pop, pop. He fell to the floor. Bitch, you got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no little boy. Get up. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, when you fighting a man fall on the floor, you let that man get back up. You don't kick him. You let that man get up, man. You let that man get that fair one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how it
Facts.
is in there, man. So, I
You
let
know what? I always wish it wasn't like that though, but it is like that. Cause yeah. When you got me that mad, I really want to kick you in the face and everything. But
I
that's the
want to
rules
fuck you.
though.
I want to, man. That's the rules here, right?
Rules
So
is the rules. So yeah.
I let dude get back up, man, and he's like, all right, he kicks his shoes off and he's all posted up. So we posted up and we start going at it, man. I'm man, bro. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? I'm handling my business. You know what I'm saying? And man, Snow, you there, homie?
Yeah, I'm here. My bad. I had to do
Okay,
something real
okay.
quick. My fault. I'm
Yeah,
finna
yeah.
come right back.
So
I
dude,
just spilled my drink.
okay, okay.
My
So
fault. Yeah.
I'm handling my business, bro, and boom, boom, check his ass up, bro. Snow, I'm swelling his shit up. The lights start flashing. Everybody start getting down and shit, bro. But I'm not gonna get down. We fighting, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm still boom, boom. And I remember this big old man. What the fuck was he? I mean, he was black. He was cool, a motherfucker, bro. But I don't know if he was a crip or a blood, homie. All I remember is this nigga said, somebody get that nigga. He's killing him. Like, so that's how I was damaging this dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the guards come in, they come up to me, like, hey man, trying to fuck down and shit. I'm like, all right, man. When I turn around like this, bro, then he finally got me. That bro kicked me in my ass. You know how your dad kicks you in your ass? And you kick
Oh,
your ass, bro. Hey, that nigga kicked me in my ass, bro. This nigga started laughing in the fucking dorm, bro. I was like, that. You
that's
know
some
what I'm
whole
saying?
ass
I'm like,
shit
whoop
though.
his ass, but you got that last hit in or whatever. But so they ended up taking us out, bro, and and this shit tripped me out because it's the first time I experienced this too. The guard was like, look, man, is this shit dead? Because I ain't trying to do no damn paperwork, man. Shit's finna be over. I'm trying to go
Facts.
home. Is this shit dead or what? And so I looked at him. I said, "Hey, what's up? Is it dead or what?" He was like, "Yeah, it's dead." And the dude was like, "Shake on it." So we shook on it. He said, "Don't fuck this up. Get your ass back in there." So you
Yeah,
know,
that's real state
shout out
jail
to
life right there.
yeah, shout out to the guard. Cause he had to do that, man. He could have been a dick, bro. He could have rolled his up, shit us to the shoe and shit. But hey, dude was trying to go home. He ain't trying to hear that shit. So hey, boom, we squashed it. We went back in. Dude, buddy had a fucking visit the next day. Let me tell you like this. You ever seen that Martin show when he fights Big Tommy Hearn and dude knocks his ass all
Yeah,
over
yeah,
the
yeah,
place?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
that's how man, bro.
I
Like when
actually
I
looked
was
like that one time. I hate to admit it. Yeah, when I got jumped, that's exactly how I describe how I got jumped. I looked like Martin after that shit. I swear to God, it happened to me. It's funny now. I laugh about it, but boy, man,
at
I
that
didn't. It
time
didn't
it
feel
wasn't huh?
good. Oh man, it didn't feel good when it happened. That's why I tell these people, this
Hell
ain't the
no.
life you want, Ben. You can be the one
Nah.
that you can be the one swelling them up, or you might be the
Yeah,
one getting kicked in
you
the
the one
ass while
getting
you ain't
swelled
looking.
up. Yeah, bro, on the cool. So, I remember I getting up and buddies at visit, and the white dude that he was playing dominoes with, he's like, bro, he's like, I said, man, what buddy at? He's like, oh man, he's at the visit. He's like, man, bro, you really fucked him up. And I said, what you mean, bro? He said, that nigga shit swelled. I said, man, I said, hey, he went to visit like that? They're like, yeah. Dude, when he came back in, man, he didn't have one because he was real light complected like me. You know what I'm saying, bro? His whole face was like either purple or red, like eyes were swole. I don't even know how the hell he seen through that shit, bro. And I'm looking at my work. I'm like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it was nothing to be proud of, bro, because like I said, like is you shouldn't even I shouldn't even be in that position, but the stupid choices I made put me there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also proud of it because being in the position that I am, I handled myself as I was supposed to. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely. And guess
Um,
what? Hold on, somebody keep trolling in the comments. Guess what? Tell Juan Gotti I said line that up. I've been saying that, and get out of my comments with that bullshit. They keep talking about Juan Gotti want to knuckle up. Man, I've been made a video calling that dumbass fool out. So get out of my comments, because he already said he didn't want no problems. And let's go back to Big Ben. So I'm sorry about that, Ben. If that
nah, you
dude say
good,
that
man.
shit, and guess what? He got a TSF name when he don't realize them TSF boys fuck with me. So that's
Yeah.
even more ridiculous. But anyway, so this is what's crazy though, Ben. You said you shouldn't have put yourself in that situation. That's true, right? Because you ain't
Yeah.
supposed to call another man's money. But guess what though?
Yeah.
You got a visit coming tomorrow. What you doing squabbling, knowing you might go up in there looking like that? That was
You
his
get what
fault
I'm
too.
saying? That was his fault. I mean, I didn't. Don't get me wrong. I didn't feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Just like how you said it, bro. Buddy had a choice, bro. He knew he had to visit. Buddy had a choice, man. Knowing it's my first time down. Everybody in that motherfucking team, bro. I don't. You know what I mean? When it's the first
Mm-hmm.
time down, dude. Everybody on the unit, everybody on the yard know you fresh, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying it gives you a pass to fuck up. But if you make a little mistake or something, dudes are gonna most likely take it easy on you because it's your first time, bro. And as somebody who's
And you're
you know
young
my,
too.
you're young too, and somebody my age, it's supposed to take you under their wing, man, and it's supposed to show you the ropes, man, and not let you. But that's also if you're good, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Because
right, right.
you ain't good, the motherfucker don't care what happens to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it's just choices. You know what I'm saying? And wow, it's kind of mind blowing, like I said, man. If you really think about it, but it's just something that you learn as you go through the time and stuff. So eventually, like I ain't had nothing. I kind of nothing else exciting happened after that. You know what I'm saying? I just finished my little 2 months, and I went home, man, and I actually experienced the first time of getting out and being free, bro. After being locked up for so long, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like one of the best feelings in the world, bro, when you step outside from those fences, man, that you've been locked up behind for so long, that you called home for so long, homie, that you finally actually get to go to your home, bro. You know what I'm saying? And even if you don't have one, you're homeless on the street, man, it doesn't matter, bro. You're not behind them bars, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No,
Because
it's an amazing feeling. It's an
it's
amazing feeling. Ain't a
amazing,
man stepping out them fences and So I remember walking out the walls, bro, back in the day, right? And back in the day at the walls unit, when I got out,
man.
there was just a big ass pile of clothes. And the laws would literally say, you got 30 seconds, run over there and grab something. Remember that? Do you remember
Yeah.
that? Yeah, so listen, I run over there and grab a cowboy shirt with these pearl button ups and butterfly collar and like these bell bottom ass pants, bro, and these weird shoes and shit. And I'm walking out and I got my mama waiting outside on me, but I'd already told her they had laced me up on what was going on. I'm like, Mama, bring some clothes for me. Listen, in the parking lot across the street from the back door where they let you out, I'm stripping down in the parking lot changing clothes. I threw that shit right there in the parking lot. She was like, "You're gonna get in trouble." I said, "How am I gonna get in trouble? I just discharged this shit. Fuck these people. Let's go." You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I
old
ain't on
me.
parole.
uh,
Yeah. Yeah. So no,
man.
I feel you. That first time come, but so me and P100 talked about that. He's blasting out of Austin though. But
Yeah.
so every
Hey,
time,
you know what? Shout out to P100, man. Hey, that boy
yeah.
live, man. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
shout out
saying?
to
That
P,
boy
man. P
live, man.
P a
For
real
real.
one. I ain't gonna lie. But listen, we said though, Ben, every time you get out, it feels amazing. But every time you go back, it feels a little bit worse.
A little bit, man, bro. And I can't even say a little bit, bro. To me, every time I went back, it gets longer and longer and longer. You get what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
a lot of people don't realize, man, it don't matter what you did, what you do. As the more time you get, the more charges you get, bro. There's enhancements, man. And in the state,
Right.
it's called habitual. And the feds, it's what is that?
They give you that 15 to
Career
life type.
criminal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
career
career
criminal.
criminal and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, man, and
Yeah.
the numbers are totally different when you're from feds in the state, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
Absolutely.
you're not looking at 30. It don't say 30. You be happy as fuck if it said 30 on your paper. That shit gonna say 365 months,
Right.
400 and something months, bro.
No
Like,
facts.
man, homie, it's crazy, man. But yeah, other than that, I get out and of course I got my GED. No, I didn't get my GED that time. I couldn't go back to school, bro. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I'm already 18 years old. I got a felony. I got a felony, bro. I couldn't go back to school. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of just dropped out that school, and wish I never did, bro. That's another important thing out there, man. For those who are watching, man, like stay in school, man. I know it's cliche. I know everybody says it and everything like that. No, man, stay in school, bro. Get that degree, follow that dream, man. Because this dream that I follow or was chasing, and a lot of people out there chasing, man, is not worth the consequences, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
Easy
it's
come,
not
easy go. Right.
easy come, easy go, bro. But you got that diploma, you got that degree, you got that knowledge. It's not that easy to go, homie. It's gonna always stay there. And you can always
No
build on
facts.
top of that. You always teach yourself, man. You always better yourself. So man, do that. Don't wait too long. You know what I'm saying? If you got opportunity to do that now, man, do it. Fuck chasing it. Fuck chasing that it's not worth it, my man. Like I hope if anything comes out from this right here today, man, I hope I get one person, man. That's all I ask.
Oh, you will,
Let me
my
get
brother.
one.
You're gonna
Let me
get a
get
lot of
one,
them.
man.
You're gonna get a
You know what
bunch of
I'm
them,
saying?
and you're gonna get the ones from Dallas. That's why it was real important for you to come here tonight. I'm
You know
serious. So
what I'm saying?
listen, let me tell you something, Ben. I stopped counting about 2 years ago. I had over 2,000 messages from young men across Texas saying that I've helped change their lives, bro. And I'm tell you something. I thought in this world, hey, if I could just help one, I'm doing my job. But it's been thousands now, and you're gonna be the same way, brother. Trust me.
Yeah,
It's
man.
touching a
I,
lot of people
I
tonight.
appreciate
So
that, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, I hope it, I recognize that. But moving forward, man. So when I got out, I was like, all right, man. Like, of course, in your head, when you get out, you're like, man, I ain't going back. This and this and this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Everybody has dreams, man. And it's like Tyson said, man, everybody got some plan until they get punched in the face, bro. Until life hits you really in the face, man. You got this plan. You all right? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. But nobody ever takes an account of what life's gonna throw at you, bro, because you don't know. You see what I'm saying? So,
mhm.
bro, I remember I ended up getting a job, my very first job. Of course, I had like summer jobs growing up, to earn money for school and shit like that. But I'm talking about my first job to turn in income tax, all this other shit, man, was Dollar General, homie. And it was right there in Garden on Kingsley and Saturn Road.
So let me ask you something. Hold on. Let me say.
Yeah,
Let me ask you something.
yeah.
So my first ever job that I got on accident, one of my homeboys got me the job, was working at a cemetery going around weed eating all the headstones all day. It was horrible. It was a
Hey,
horrible
brother.
job. Horrible job. But let me tell you something. It felt good to like. So I hated the job and everything else. But see, I grew up under my grandma, and she spoke Spanish too, the same type way. That's what people don't understand. My grandma was from South Texas, right? She spoke a lot of Spanish, but English at the same time too. So yeah, I'm like you. I understand a lot, but I don't really speak much. You know what I mean? But the actual feeling of getting that first job, even though it was close to minimum wage, it wasn't what I wanted to do or whatever. You know what? It felt good if you want to know the truth. Like, how'd you feel at Dollar General? Was you proud of yourself? Like, hey, I just made it. Like, I'm good. I'm doing
What?
good right now.
Man, listen, homie, like I said, first job, I talked to the manager direct. I remember they had a help wanted, so I go up in there with my fill out application. I talked to the manager direct, and you know, he liked me, dude. You know, he liked the way I talked and carried myself and everything. So he's like, you got any felonies? And I'm like, yes, I do, man. You know, and I kind of explained to him, you know, I was young, this and this and this. I'm 18. This shit happened last year. Oh, I was young, you know, trying to spit that game, whatever. And I said, I'm just trying to move forward now. I'm trying to da, 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 da. And dude was like, man, all right, yeah, come on, you start tomorrow. So I'm like, all right, bet. And I come tomorrow, the next day, bro, and we clean that store up. Like, this store was on the verge of getting shut down, homie. You know what I'm saying? That's how jacked up this store was. Like, corporate was coming in 2 weeks, bro, to see what the hell they're gonna do with this store. So, you know, the manager that hired me, he ended up getting bumped up. In the process of me getting hired, he was getting moved up to general manager, and his assistant was moving up to manager, right? So that happened, and for 2 weeks, me and that new manager, Linda, we cleaned that store up, dude. Like, man, it looked immaculate when you went in there, bro. Everything looked the display. You know, I'm kind of like slight OCD, bro. Like, I yeah, bro. I want to make sure everything is like, you know,
That's a
yeah.
good thing for
So
that job.
yeah, so it was, man. I'm talking about when corporate came in, bro. Like, them boys were like, "Oh my god, like what? This is the same store." They're looking at the pictures from before, and they're looking around like, "Damn!" And so then there's walking them around, and I'm over there stocking. I remember this. I remember this, bro. Remember 2 weeks in, first job ever. I'm stocking. Boom, 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 and corporate comes around, and Linda's like, "Oh yes, this is Benny. They used to call me Benny back then. One of my close friends and shit, family. They call me Benny." They should like, oh, this is Benny right here. Like, if it wasn't for him, man, like a lot of this wouldn't get done. Like, he's a great worker and this and this. And I remember the dude was like, hey, how you doing? Shook my hand and everything. He says, you know what? He tells his little, you know, whatever, assistant, whatever, give this man 50-cent raise, and he's gonna be the new assistant manager. Give you know, make sure
Oh,
he gets,
dope.
bro, what? 2 weeks
What?
in, man,
Dope.
18 years old, bro.
Dope. 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 Yeah, no,
50-cent
that's what's
raise.
up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, bro, I'm all like, hell yeah, like, all right, thank you, sir, thank you so much. So Linda was all like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, you know, you deserve it. And, you know, they burn off. So, bro, I'm so excited about, you know, boom. So I'm off the next 2 days. The third day, when I go to work, lunchtime. So one of my ex-girlfriends at the time, her name was Linda, but Linda, you know, she hits me on the phone and she's like, hey, you at work? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take lunch. She's like, why don't you stop by the house? I'll cook you something to eat. And she lived right down the street. So I'm like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? And me, yeah, I'm hungry, but you know, me, I'm trying to,
Right. Right.
you know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, in my head, you know what I'm saying? So boom, I burn off, bro. And I ended up staying like 5 minutes over. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, my job was only like a minute or two away, bro. So I burn and I get back. And when I pulled up to the store, Linda is crying her eyes out, bro. And I said, Linda, is everything all right? Like, what's wrong? And she was like, no, everything's not all right. And she's like, I'm so sorry, but I gotta let you go. And I go,
What?
what? I said, why? And she's like, I have to let you go. I'm so sorry. And I said, Linda, it's just 5 minutes. Like, I'm thinking, because I'm late 5 minutes from lunch. So I'm like, man, it's just 5 minutes, Linda. Like, I'm sorry, it won't happen again, man. I won't take one. I'll eat here at the store. Like, you know, don't fire me behind this, man. And she's like, no. She's like, I have to let you go because Dollar General has policy on felonies, like felons. No felons could work for Dollar General at the time.
Oh, yeah.
So
Fuck.
the general manager that hired me, this is how they figured me out. He was an ex felon. And because he was going from a store manager to a general manager, they had to do all his paperwork all over again and ran a background check on him. And it came back he was a felon. So they fired his ass. And then we're like, you know what? If this dude was like, if this dude went from here to here, you know, this not man, nationwide background check on all employees. So of course my name came and boom, I got kicked out. Man, let me tell you something, man. And I was young at the time, you know what I'm saying? And now like I know better, you know what I'm saying? But man, that devastated me, if you know what I mean, bro.
Hell yeah,
You
I
know,
understand because listen, you're young, you was proud of yourself, you deserve
yeah,
to be proud of
man.
yourself. Like you
Yeah,
literally came and fixed the store, cleaned it up, and
man,
so
bro.
listen though, Ben, this go back to what I tell these kids, brother. I appreciate you saying that
Yes,
because
sir.
this is not the life you want. Look, this
Nah,
man
man.
here, and no, I'm not from the wicked. I'm from Lamarck. Just to answer that comment. But anyway, so listen, I'm reading the comments at the same
Yeah, yeah,
time,
no,
but
you
I'm trying not to pay attention to them too much. But listen though, you trying to do good. You got one state jail felony at this time, which is kind of petty, can spatter
yeah,
everything,
compared to everything else, yeah.
and you can't even work at Dollar General. That's
Yeah,
what we doing to our lives right now. You know what I'm saying? Like this is
yeah.
the real life. So is that what put you back into the street game right there?
That, yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That's basically what it put me at that fuck it. You know, you everybody gets that to that point in life, and some more than often, you know, more than once, bro. Like you get to a point where you're like, man, fuck it, man. If I can't get a job, if I can't get a chance in society, then what the fuck am I doing, bro? And I remember I went and I spent 50. And with that 50, I turned it boom, 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 boom. Right? I built this fucking business, bro. I started back selling drugs, man, and believe it, like I had a big chunk of Garland, bro, that I was working for, you know, working, bro, and you know, I didn't sleep, homie. Like this is how much I put into this grind. This is how much like motivation I had behind it because I was so mad that society is not giving me a chance at a real job. So you know what? Everything I do, just like I turned this fucking store from a zero to a fucking hero, bro. I'm finna go hard in this game because that's all I know how to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the time, you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm putting everything in this grind. It's no homie like. I didn't sleep, bro. I took naps. I remember sometimes I had to go pick up my friend so she could drive me while I'm taking a nap. You know, I was to the next, bro. Like that's like I killed myself like physically and mentally doing that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like just grinding, 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 because I wanted to show it like this. I wanted to just show society, like, all right, you're not gonna give me a chance over here, but look what I'm gonna do now. Look how I'm doing now. Yeah, bro, I made the money. Yeah, I did all this, I did all that. Yeah, great, fine. Until I got popped. My second time in the state, homie. I got popped, man. Got set up. Got told on. And 11 o'clock in the morning, homie. Breakfast is getting cooked in the kitchen, and all you hear is a boom and a piece of door go flying by your head, bro.
Mm.
You don't know what the fuck going on at the time. You don't know if somebody robbing you. You
You
don't know
really
what
think
the
it's somebody jacking you, don't you?
uh, on God, bro. That's the first
Yeah.
thing that came to my head, bro. Like it was so loud, it sounded like somebody just shot my door, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they hit it again, boom, and they said, GPD, get on the fucking, get on the floor, get on the floor, get on the floor. And I remember I hit the floor, boom, my brother hits the floor. Oh shit, sorry about that, homie.
You all right? You good? All good.
So my brother hits the floor, and my one of my friends, best friends still, man, William, shout out to William, man, Chili Willie, man. He hits the floor, boom. My cousin Noel and my brother's baby mom was in the kitchen. Other ones cooking breakfast, bro. They hit the floor, boom. And I remember the look on everybody's faces, except my brother, because my brother he had been in and out of prison, man. He had hatred on his face that day. But my cousin, his baby mama, my partner, like you know, I felt ashamed that I'll put that on them. I'll put them through that right there because they didn't deserve that, bro. They don't deserve to get slammed on the floor, hit the floor, get cuffed, and get yanked up and manhandled like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't deserve that. I'm the one that's doing this shit, but yet I'm looking at them doing it to my family. I look at my brother my brother, he didn't give, you know, like I said, he had anger in his face, but the only thing I could do was, man, bro, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make this right. Trust me. So we go outside, and they had us on the chairs. And I remember the cop that had me, he was like, go into this room right here, look in the closet for a Crown Royal bag. All the dope should be in there. That's how I know somebody told on me, dog. And
Oh yeah, you when they know what a spot is, you already know what happened.
I slipped up, bro, because like I remember I told you, bro, I would drive. And me thinking with the other head and not this head, bro. I let a female come over because she was a stripper. Her boyfriend a couple of days before then, then it died off of shooting, you know, coke. And he attacked the EMTs when they brought him back. He attacked them, boom, boom. So he was getting charged for that shit. So they put his girl to work to come find me. So me thinking with the
Oh,
other head, not this head, the other one, I'm all like, yeah, baby, hey, come over to the crib, man. You know, that's the only person I ever let come over, bro. And that was the biggest mistake of my fucking life right there. You know what I'm saying? I let her come over. You know what I'm saying? Of course, she come one Monday, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, what you finna do after? You know, mind you, she a stripper. I don't know. I said, but come kick it with me after. All right, this and this and this. I didn't hear from her until next Monday. Same order. Boom. Tuesday is when that shit happened. Boom. They sent her in to do 2 control buys on me, man. You know what I'm saying? And
mm-hmm.
so fast forward, they have everybody outside. And after they get the dope and shit, they're bringing all my skills, baggies, the fucking dope. I remember excuse me. I just read up, bro.
Nah, you
And
can
luckily,
curse. It don't matter, brother. Be yourself. But
okay.
listen, let me
Yeah.
ask you one question though. Let me ask you one
Yeah.
question. So at this time, while your family is here, you know, so this was a state charge, right? This is when you went to
Yeah.
TDC.
Just my
So
second
so the feds do the dirty trick of indicting your whole damn family that's in the house. The state don't necessarily do that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So did they try that with that? Like, did they try to give
Well,
everybody else in the family a charge too, or was it literally just all on you because they
man,
knew what was happening?
this is what sorry, I have to get another water, man.
You good?
So, you know, like I said, they had us outside, man, and they were trying to use that tactic. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, all right, everybody get up, you know, let's go take them out. And I said, yo, I said, man, hold on, man. I said, they didn't have nothing to do with this, man. It's all mine. And he was like, nah, they gotta come. I said, nah, man. I said, look, this is all my shit, man. They didn't have nothing to do with this. They didn't know about it, man. I worked on my own. This is mine. I said, don't punish them for my mistakes, man. So dude was like, are you willing to say that on camera? I said, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to say that on camera. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
he comes with the camera. He's like, you know, state your name. I told my name. He's like, what did we find? I said, you found cocaine bagged up in my room. And it's yours? I said, yeah, 100% mine, man. You know what I'm saying? He was like, all right, boom. And he told the other ones, take the cuffs off, let them go. You know what I'm saying?
That was real man shit. That was real man shit.
Yeah, bro, like it's my shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? My nobody. And another thing out there, man, if you listening, bro, if it's yours, take it, bro. Don't bring another man down, bro. Don't remove another man from his family, from what he got going because you got hot and you can't hold your own. Just take it, man, because your time will be a whole lot easier if you didn't. So just hold your nuts and take it, man. You fucked up, you got caught. Do your shit, man. Don't bring the next man down because that's not what that is, man. And
Oh, straight up.
I yeah, I've been brought down twice, bro.
No, I respect
Just
that.
like
That's
that.
what I'm
You know
saying.
what
That's why I
I'm
say
saying?
that's real man shit, homie. Because guess what? My
So,
mama house been raided several times too, and you know what I'm saying. We would have never done that to my mama either, bro. You can't do that. Real men wouldn't do no shit like that. But that's their trick. That's their
yeah,
tactic to literally tell you. So this
exactly.
is for the people that don't understand the game, right? Yeah, you hustling you with your people. You got your brother. You got whoever there. You might could be your damn granny to your kids. They'll try to put them in the cuffs just to put that stress on you, knowing
Yeah,
that a real man is gonna take that case. And now guess what? You
yeah,
locked in with this case now, but you know it's yours anyway. So
yeah. So why?
respect for just doing the right thing. You
Oh
know what I
man,
mean?
don't bring nobody else down. But you do the right thing, just like you said, man. Do the right thing. So you know, so they end up taking me, and I go to Garland, bro, jail. That's where because I got hit in Garland, and I'm already like 20, finna turn 21 or something. I don't have my son. No, excuse me. But when I get out on bond, me and my girl, At the time we ended up getting married, and I ended up getting pregnant with this after this. So Garland is when I found out I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum now. Remember, I just got a fourth degree felony state jail, my first charge. Now I'm looking at 5 to 99. You know what I'm saying? I'm 20 years old, bro. You know what I'm saying? Remember, I just went from fucking doing a year, homie, to now I'm facing 5 to fucking 99, homie.
With the
Right?
prior.
With the prior. Exactly. So I remember when the dude was booking me in, I said, man, what am I looking at? He's like, oh, damn. He's like, you got a first degree felony. And I said, is that bad? He said, man, he said, is it bad? He did just like that. Is it bad? He's like, man, anything higher than this is capital. And I was like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. And I was like, what the man? So I remember when we go in front of the judge, to get my bond and shit, everybody before me, bro, tickets, misdemeanor. So their bond is like 200, 500,000. This motherfucker gets to me. My shit was $75,000 first degree. I mean, everybody turned and looked at me, bro. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And I just sat there with an even face, bro, and took it on the chin, bro, because that's the consequences of your actions, bro. You know what I'm saying? What am I supposed to do? Cry about the shit or beg for it? No, homie, take your shit, bro. Right? So, I go back to the room, I go back to the dorm. I'm laying down. The dudes are steady coming up to me, bro. How can you be so calm and this and this and this? I'm like, bro, what can you do about it now? You know what I'm saying? You can't do shit,
Done
bro.
deal.
So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit there and cry. I'm not gonna sit there and just think about the shit, bro. It is what it is, homie. I knew what I was doing out there. I knew the prices. I knew the consequences, and hey, you know what I'm saying? So, luckily, ended up dropping when I got to Dallas, and I made bond. So, I go to
Did you get a
court.
bond reduction? Usually you can get
Yeah,
a
I got a
bond
bond
reduction.
reduction actually. Yeah, it dropped down from 75 to 50,000 when I got to Dallas County.
Okay, so my question there is we hear some horrible stories about Dallas County, just like Harris County. What Dallas County was really like? Like, what's it really like for a young Mexican in there that ain't
Oh
blasting yet, that
man,
ain't really he's
woo-wee.
solo and from Garland. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a rundown of Dallas County when you hit there. What
All
was it
right,
like?
so check it out, man. One of the very first tanks that I was in was the North Tower over there in Dallas County. So a lot of people know. If you ain't from Dallas, I'm gonna let you know. North Tower is where the aggravated, killers, motherfuckers who are facing serious crimes and charges. That's where they're at. You know what I'm saying? North Tower. They might have a couple floors where it's not like that, but no, bro. If you domestic violence, you a murderer, you aggravated assault, aggravated burglary, whatever, you're right there in the North Tower. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm right there, man. And look, I was only there a couple of days, bro, because I ended up making bond and shit like that. But just in those couple of days, bro, phew, man, the county is it's so fast in there, bro, and it's so many fights just break out, and bro, motherfuckers just fight 2 minutes ago and is already fighting over here, and it's just like it's chaos in county jail, in North Tower. My second time when I was going for this right here, they put me in this place called the Government Center, right? And it's the old government courthouse, the federal courthouse in Dallas. They had the top floors and shit. Again, aggravated. Here I am, mind you, I played basketball and I still worked out and shit. So I'm kind of a little swollen now, you know what I'm saying? 6'2", big Mexican, boom, boom. They put me in a tank. Man, bro, I got like 3 fights in that damn over some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like, bro, one fight. You know what? One fight was about, dog. The name of Colorado River, dog. And I told the motherfucker, hey, the Colorado River runs through Texas, and they were like, one dude, his mom was a teacher, and he was like, "No, I don't think so." I said, "Yeah, bro." I said, "It's a different name, but it actually comes through Texas." So this is other dude, what I'm saying? He was kind of throw, but he's all like, "Nah, man, he talking shit and all this other shit. Nah, ain't no fucking way. This and this and this. I wanted to put some money on that shit." I said, "All right, homie, I'll put some bread on it." So dude's like, "I'm gonna go call my mom right now." So he go calls his mom. His mom's like, "Look, honey, he's right. You know, it crosses through Texas. It's just under the different name. You know." So dude comes back and he's all like, "Hey man, you know, you right. You know, you got to pay the man." And dude, you know, he was like, hold on, but technically he ain't because you know it changes names.
Is that the
And
Red River?
huh?
Is
I don't
that the
know if
one
it's
that
the
turns into the
River.
Red River?
I don't know, bro. I forgot that. I forgot it. Like it was like so long
I
ago,
think that
bro.
might be the one that turns right there between Oklahoma and Texas,
Okay,
maybe. I
Texas.
think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you
I'm
know,
not sure though. I'm just guessing. Fuck, I
just,
don't know.
you know, I guess to make a good educated guess, you know what I'm saying? But so dude, he was trying to get out the bed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Homie's already feeling like, yeah, dog. And homie's feeling like, all right. You know, because I said the Colorado River runs through Texas, bro. It just changes names, but it
Right.
comes through Texas. You know, he bet, nah, ain't no way. That's your bet, homie. My bet is said it comes in and it changes the name. But dude just confirmed it with his mom. You was all up on his jock just a minute ago. And now that I'm
Right.
correct, bro, you trying to convince him to go. No, homie, like, hey, yo.
Right.
You know, dude thought I was a hoe or something, bro. And just, you know, it was already right time. Dude just walked off on me, bro. And I was just like, man, so I ain't gonna get my money? I bet, bro. Mind you, I'm already kind of like already, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I bet, bro. The next morning they popped them, and it's one of them old jails, bro, where they come and hit the switch and the shit, all the doors roll.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's the bars and shit. And it looks like an old fucking ship, you know what I'm saying? Like the big old tankers that the army uses and shit. Like that's what it looked like in there, homie. Anyway, so bro, they popped them fucking doors at 6 o'clock in the morning, dog. And I already knew like this dude, he's throwing, he got some size on him, man. He's an OG, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I knew I gotta catch him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Before I get caught. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Cause yeah,
Facts.
he already threw it out there, nigga. You know, hey, be ready in the morning when them doors pop. He already threw it out there,
Oh, if
bro.
he said
So
that, you already know. Yeah,
oh,
it's time. It's time to punch him. It's on site.
dude, bro,
Yeah.
what? Man, I put my shoes. I lace up, bro. Like period, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'll go out. Man, I go out there and I'm brushing my grill, right? And everybody they go to this one big ass seat to brush their grill, bro. So somebody they're waiting for me to get done, and I'm peeping though. You know what I'm saying? Like a motherfucker, bro, motherfucker might look like I'm brushing his grill and everything, but I'm peeping the scene, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you already know how we do that, Snow. You know what I'm saying? We
Mm-hmm.
know, you know what I'm saying? Might not look like we ain't peeping, but we really are, buddy. So I'm seeing buddy's trying to creep up on me, dog. He's trying to get me by surprise, bro.
Trying to get
So I
closer and
keep,
closer, huh?
yeah, he getting closer and closer, bro. But I'm peeping this shit, bro, and I'm brushing my grill because now instead of seeing in my peripheral, bro, I'm relying on the scratched up ass fucking mirror that we use to try to shave and shit. I'm looking at dude through the mirror. You know what I'm saying? And he's getting closer, bro. Right when he gets close enough, bro, I just turned around and took off. Boom, and I was fighting. I can't say I won, but I know I didn't lose either. When I say it was a fight, bro, me and Buddy, we went all over that damn tank, bro. And
Y'all
we
both
fought.
some big boys too, huh?
We were some big boys, bro. Me and him, bro, like I want to say like after 5, 6 minutes of just fighting, dog, like we both out of fucking breath, dog, and you know, big homie that the mom's a teacher and shit. He's like, man, y'all done, man, everything. You done, you done. He's telling you, really, he talking to Buddy, bro. You done, man. Da, 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 da. He's like, and the dude's like, yeah, man. I'm done. And I'm like, man, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I'm out of breath, adrenaline flowing through my body. Like a lot of people, if you ain't been in a fight, man, you just shaking from the shit, man. And dude ends up paying me my money, but that's another. I shouldn't ever have to went through that. You get what I'm saying? So, boom, that's one of the big fights I had right there, man. In there, but just put, you know,
So I mean,
government
listen,
put a
no,
big
hold on. Let me ask you one question. So I know the answer. I know the answer, but I want you to tell people this. Like, it really don't matter how big you are, Ben. It
yeah,
really don't matter how big you are. You still got that same feeling, that same adrenaline, that same like, oh shit, I don't want to lose right now. I gotta show
yeah,
up and show out type shit. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like I gotta like,
yeah,
especially being a little bit bigger, right? Like I'm six
yeah,
foot. I'm 6 foot. Right now about 215 because I done slimmed down. I'm working out. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't want to come in there 6 foot, 215, 220, 230, and then just get my ass handed to me. Like that's even extra embarrassing. You feel what I'm
But
saying? So you got more pressure on you when you got a little size, right or wrong.
yeah, no, you're absolutely correct, bro. Because one thing a big motherfucker hate hearing is you big for nothing ass motherfucker.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, thank you. That's the worst. That's the
You know
worst.
what I'm saying?
That's
Big
the
for
worst right
nothing.
there, right? That sticks with you too. Then they like,
Yeah,
well, he'll try,
man.
but he might know. Yeah, 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 yeah. Man, that's
Yeah,
crazy. You
man.
sure right about that. Yeah.
So just that goes to just like put in perspective of like what county is like, bro. County is no different than prison, but it's faster to me, bro, because everybody's constantly coming in and out, in and out, in and out, bail or chain or whatever. But right there, I think in county, bro, and especially you're on them floors like that. If you're like in a lower chain or like South Tower where it's open dorm and everything, bro, really ain't shit popping over there. A couple fights might break out, whatever. It'd be them aggravated things where buddies facing 50 years or life sentence, bro. So he don't give a fuck what happens, bro, right now. As
Mm-hmm.
opposed to me, and then, bro, I'm gonna get to this, but when I went to my 2 federal violations, of course I had to go through Dallas County, bro. They threw me in them tanks with them killers, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They
Fuck
threw me,
yeah.
and I like I said, I was young, bro, 20 years old with the killers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It just blew my mind how, man, I got a what is it, conspiracy? You know what I'm saying, with for delivery of a controlled substance, whatever, in the feds, bro, and you already throw, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
but like I said, it was cool as hell, man. Like I ain't saying like cool, like it was awesome or something, but it was cool, man. Because I met a couple of youngsters and shit like that, so I got to talk to a couple of them, bro, and hopefully I reached one of them, man, about man chilling out. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them dudes were going in there for a body. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, if you just get a second chance, homie, don't throw that away, bro. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Sometimes
facts.
it still ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? Like, what people don't understand, when you get locked up, bro, you're not the only one doing time. Your family, your loved ones, they're doing that time with you. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for them, just as it's hard as you being away from your family, it's hard for them, you being away from them. If you get it.
Sometimes being I listen, so I didn't realize this till I started doing this prison story thing and stuff. It's harder for them than it is us sometimes,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. It definitely is, bro.
Like
You know
we're in there
why?
playing. Listen, we're in there back then playing dominoes and
Yeah.
spades and cards,
Not
and
a care. Not a care in the world because we got 3 hots and a cop, homie. We get to play these
mm-hmm,
games. We get to go to Rick 3 times a day in the state, bro. You know what I'm saying? But what we don't realize to see, we know it because it's in the back of our heads, bro, but we don't see it because at the time we're just thinking about us and at the moment and commissary and doing this and doing that. We don't understand the pressure that we're putting on our families, man, to go out there and work. And that little extra $50 that they used to save up for them to, have a little luxury, guess where it's going now? To your books, bro. And it's
right.
taken away from them. And it's taken away from their mouths. It's taken away from, like, you get your baby mama or your baby daddy to put money on your book. You taking money away from your kid, man.
Right, right,
You
right.
know,
I
like,
see the struggle all the
come
time, man.
on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's when I
So
say
I
you lose more than time, you lose more than fucking time, bro.
listen, bro. Being one time, me and my brother. So my mama only has 2 sons, right? She only had two kids in life, and we were both in prison at the same time. Do you know my mama's hair went from brown and kind of blondish brown to all the way snow white? She was so stressed out because both her
Yeah,
boys were in prison at the same time. And
yeah.
then later, once we got out, my mama's hair went back to the normal color. I'm like, damn, we almost killed my mama. Like, literally, stress kills, bro. You feel what
I
I'm
don't mean to
saying?
laugh, like, but
No,
how
it's
you feel
real
it when it's
life.
right. But no, bro, you absolutely correct, bro. Like, man, the stress and the pressure that we put on our own people, bro, like you said, it could kill them, homie. And
Yeah.
that's another point that I say, like being in jail, homie, and you lose somebody behind them bars, and you don't get to say goodbye to that person. You don't ever get to sit down, smoke a blunt, drink a beer, fucking have a conversation, get a hug. Nothing ever again. For what, bro? For a couple fucking racks?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take all that shit, man. Everything, throw it back for one more day.
No, for real. So listen, when you when you leave this county here, and you
Yeah.
finally hit TDC, did you
So,
go to? So I know you
uh,
was at Mineral Wells, and I want to talk about that. But was that the first place
okay.
that you went, or did they
No,
send you
no,
somewhere else
no.
first?
You know, because I ended up getting well, to break it down in a nutshell, real quick. I ended up getting papers, man. You know what I'm saying? I got 5 years paper, but
Okay,
they also had a cap on it, 5 year cap. But it's 5 to 99. So basically, what the cap means is they couldn't give me no more five, no more than five, right? That's the cap for
if
me.
you
That they,
violate five,
if I violate, I'm getting 5 years state. But
okay,
also because it's 5 to 99, and this is where I get a little bit of Fed knowledge right here, and I didn't even know it at the time, right? That 5 to 99, that means you cannot get no less than 5 fucking years on this charge right here,
right,
right? The only
five
way to go under
minimum.
that 5 years is you already know, bro, or something's medically wrong with you. You get what I'm saying? But that's your
Hmm.
minimum. And then they put that cap. Cap meaning is like they can't go past it. So either way it goes, bro, I'm looking at 5 fucking years. Well, I signed 5 years of paper. Why? Oh, I'm a girls out there, man. Uh, you know, we trying to have a kid, man. We just got married. I'm trying to get back out there with my wife, right? So
Anybody
I go out
would.
there,
Anybody
yeah,
anybody
bro. You
gonna
know
sign
what
for
I'm saying?
5 papers
Yeah,
versus
fuck
five
what?
in prison? Like that's common sense. You don't gotta even explain
Yeah.
that. Like there's not one person out here that wouldn't have did the same thing.
And if they say they wouldn't, damn lie.
Yeah, they are. Or
I tell you
they
that, man.
cuckoo as hell. Something ain't right
Yeah,
with them.
there's nothing wrong with it, man. But so I got back out there, and my like I said, my wife, she ended up getting pregnant, and we had my son. And right after we had my son, we were together for like, man, I want to say 2 3 months. And I go to work one day, I come back, and she gone. You know what I'm saying? With my son and
Oh
everything.
man, damn.
Yeah, it's messed up, bro. Like, and man, I ain't gonna lie, that's when I hit my second fuck it point. If you know what I mean, bro.
I
I was like, you
do.
know what? I ain't got my wife, I ain't got my son. They left. Man, fuck it, bro. Why am I out here on
Feeling like ain't
probation?
shit to live for right now
Oh,
again, huh?
yeah. Oh, why the fuck am I out here? You know what I'm saying? What am I doing out here now? Let me go just do my time now. This is what I put in my head. That fuck it moment. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
a lot of people ain't just listen when I tell you, man. Sometimes them fucking moments ain't worth it, bro. Because damn, boy, you fuck up in them moments, man. And this is where I fuck up at. I said, fuck it, man. You know what? I didn't. I stopped reporting. I started blowing weed. I started getting fucked up. Everything, bro. My baby mama wasn't coming. My wife wasn't coming back, dog. No matter
On
what I did,
papers
dog.
though.
Huh?
On
I was
paper
on
still.
paper. Yeah, I was on paper, bro. And I didn't even get past my first fucking year before I violated this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, this is how fast this shit happened, bro. So
yeah.
I ended up violating it. And I remember I see my son at 11 years old. I mean, not 11, excuse me, 11 months old, man. 11 months. And this is why I told you, Snow, when I heard that with your daughter the other night praying, bro, it had me reflecting. Not because I used to do that with my son, because I wish I could have do that. I could have did that with them. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like
I
that's a
felt you when you
moment,
told me.
yeah, homie. Like that was a moment like any father, any parent would love to have, bro.
So let me tell you one thing though that you don't realize. So when you told me that we had already spoke for a while, right? We was
Yeah,
talking for a long time. Bobo had already told me that you was a real stand up dude. He had talked really good about you, homie, before he linked me up with you, right?
yeah,
And then,
yeah,
so when you told me that, bro, that was one of the biggest compliments I've ever gotten in my life. If you want to know the truth, like
yeah,
to hear
for
that
real.
from a real life stand
Hey,
up. So I ain't gonna call you no gangster, but I'm gonna say real life man, homie.
yeah,
To hear
uh,
that from you, that touched my heart, my brother, and I appreciate that too
I mean,
because it just made me feel good, right? Because some people would have said, "Oh, that shit's corny." Oh, that's
no,
corny. Listen to what the hell he's doing. He's in there, nah, lay me down to sleep, pray the Lord my soul to keep type shit. And we do it every night. And I told you I do it just because I know she needs to learn morals and she needs to learn right from wrong. And that's the way you teach them. Like, if later on, hey, she wants to be atheist, she wants to be anything else, that's fine. But at this age, so when you told me that, brother, you don't understand how much that meant to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. You really don't.
like, it comes back to what I said when I said it, bro. Fathers a lot of fathers, a lot of single fathers out there, they don't get recognition that they deserve, bro. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I see a single father or I see a father taking care of his business, bro, that man deserves a fucking compliment, bro. Why? Because there's no telling what kind of mood, what kind of he might be questioning himself at that moment, bro. Am I doing this right? I don't know what I'm doing, but am I doing this right? And for somebody to come up to you and say, hey man, that was wonderful, that was beautiful, man. You're doing a great job raising your child. Imagine that. Imagine what that could do for that man at that time, bro. You know what I'm
Man, you did it
saying?
for me, my brother. So listen, so sometimes, so we did a episode recently about mental health in prison and depression
Yeah, bro.
afterwards, and
Yeah, bro.
bro, you hit me in my heart when you told me that. I'm not too gangster or none of that shit to admit that you hit me in my heart and my gut with it in a good way, man. So thank
Real
you for
quick.
that, my brother. And you actually said
Yeah,
it on the
man.
video. I didn't know you was gonna say this on the video. Like I come on here straight serious, right? I only talking about prison and shit like that, but yeah, no, I really am that dad that plays Barbies and we watch the Netflix,
Hey,
Disney Plus, and I do that shit
man,
all day, man. You know what I mean? And then come on here and talk about prison. Like I'm like a double agent right now. If you want to know the truth, you know what I'm
nah,
saying? I
homie,
live a double life, bro. I'm the Texas prison stories guy, but in most times I'm just the fucking dad. That's it, bro.
oh man,
Period.
that you know what? But that's the most important. That's the most important one to be right there is that dad, bro. You know what I'm saying? This right here, like this right here, Snow, homie, this is gonna be big, bro. Bigger than what you got it right now, bro. Because what you're doing is a positive thing. And like you said, remember, all it takes is just one, homie. Right? You're
Right.
doing a positive thing, bro. Regardless of what people say in comments or whatever, homie. Like you said, like I said, I just want one. You got thousands, homie. You should be proud of that, bro. You know
I
what I'm
am.
saying?
I don't brag about it, but I'm very proud about it. You know what I'm saying? So
Bro,
I'm not so proud. Maybe not ain't the way being to describe it, but because uh I don't know. It feels great, right? It's just a redemption of my soul, I guess. It's karma that
there
I'm
you
putting
go.
on myself. It's good karma that I'm building
I
because
like that, man.
bro, I've stabbed people for real. I've really shot
Mhm.
people. I've really fucking lived that life. Like when I was young, we was really robbing and kicking doors in. We was doing all that shit too, man. And you know, it went from being this shit went from the laws pulling me over to the first question they ask is where the guns at, got any dope. Now the local laws pull me over and go, Snow, what the fuck you doing with your stickers out? Or what you run that light for? Get the fuck out of here, boy.
Yeah,
And good job. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I've changed my perception and my karma, and so not only has it helped thousands of men, it's helped me too, brother. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
I appreciate you saying that. But let's get back
Mhm.
to what we
All
were
right.
talking about though, because so
So
you
I
violate, what
violated.
happens?
I go to I end up going to Middleton to intake. You know what I'm saying? So I get 5 years, bro. And you know what I'm saying? If you got a low sentence like that, depending on your charge and everything, 9 times out of 10, you're going to uh intake unit. You know what I'm saying? Which at the
Transfer
time,
unit.
yeah, transfer units. Your first 2 years, you know, you're gonna be bouncing trade. Like I said, it depends on your case. If you're a murderer, you're aggravated, you're going straight over there. You know where you're going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're going behind the bars for real, for real. You're going to your house. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
when you got 5 years, 8 years, whatever, you're bouncing around transfer units, man, for the first 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I get to Middleton. This is where I get my GED. I get it at this time. We get to Middleton and do an assessment. You already know what they make you do. You know, you do the test. If you don't have your GED, they want to see where your education level's at and everything like that. You know, and of course, bro. I'm fresh, bro. You know, I'm still young, so I still got knowledge from school up in there, bro. And of course, every day, bro, I try teaching myself something new, and I still carry that to this day now, bro. I read books. If I find something that I'm interested in, I look it up because you can never get enough knowledge, homie, and it's always good
Right.
to have. You
Facts.
know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So,
And you
I,
can't
I
be a big homie and be a leader out here if you stupid.
bro,
You know
you
what I'm
know what
saying?
I'm
Think
saying?
about it.
Yeah, you
We
damn
got
right.
guys
Like,
out here. We got
bro,
guys out here that call themselves OGs that can barely pay the light bill, bro.
dumb as hell, bro. But no, like I'm finna get to this. Like when I get to Mineral Wells and I get this yard, homie, the keys, like, bro, I'm finna get to that story, bro. But this is what I mean by like what you just said, the way I talk and carry myself and all this other thing. It takes a lot of that when you have the keys, to a yard, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't be no dumbass dude because why? Man, you got all these people counting on you, homie, to do your
No,
job
so
right.
check this out.
You
Look,
know what I'm saying?
Bobo just said himself when he met you on Mineral Wells, you was the leader, you was
Yeah,
the speaker, you
I
was
had
the
the
one
keys,
running
bro.
shit.
Like, I'm not
Like,
gonna sit here and lie, bro. I'm especially on national TV. You know, it's all national. You know what I'm saying,
he's saying it
bro?
right there. I just pinned the
Yeah.
comments so they can see the man was calling the shots, and Mineral
Mhm.
Wells is notorious for being a dangerous motherfucker in all reality.
Bro, I'm 23 years old, bro. 23 years old, and I got the keys, bro. And yeah, I'm not like a shot caller where what I say goes because that's not how we work. You know what I'm saying? We vote, and whatever we vote on is what we take to whatever we finna do. My job is to come in, make it as smooth as fucking possible, and
Right.
also to take into consideration not just what's going to happen at this time, but what's going to happen after. What's going to happen to my homeboy who's supposed to go home next month? You know what I'm saying? As opposed to the homie over here, he still got 8 years to go. He still got a pre-parole transfer facility, so he got like 2-3 years to go. You know what I'm saying? So you have to put all these things in perspective, bro. You gotta think about all this other shit before you go in there and you put it on the table. Because depending on how you say it to that other car, it's a difference between peace or war. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
And you're the guy
So,
that does the communicating. Period.
mhm,
You
peace
might
or
don't.
war.
So listen, let's explain that to him a little bit better. When
Okay.
you say you got the keys and you're the speaker, what he just said is no, he's not issuing orders. He's not the commander. No, he's the one that's the official communicator.
Yes,
Everybody
sir.
got you don't go talk to his people. You don't go do shit to none of them without talking to him first. So that's what somebody said in the comments just a minute ago, that book smarts and street smarts is a deadly combo, Ben.
It is.
It's
It is.
it's a powerful combination, brother.
It is. And like one time, I mean, I'm gonna tell you a little story when I got to Mental Well because it really nothing happened exciting. Because I went from Middleton, I went to the Wheeler unit in Plainview, Texas, and then from there I went down to Holiday unit. I was there for a couple, like damn near 2 months. Then they shot me to Mineral Well, bro. And I did like a little over a year, about a year and a half there. When I get to Mineral Wells, I run into OG. He was a speaker for the yard. His name was Bolo from the Grove. I don't know if you're watching or you will watch, homie, but shout out to my boy Bolo because
He'll watch.
him, him right there. Hold on, real quick. Oh my bad.
You good? Don't go nowhere,
Yeah,
y'all. Be right.
because I'm at the office right now, man, and you know what
No,
I'm
no, no,
saying.
no. You good? You good? You good? You good? So listen, this man right here is everything he's saying. Y'all pay attention in the comments. So we live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook, we're live on Instagram. They're verifying everything he's saying right here. Got men in this place that was with this man, literally saying yes, he had them keys. So listen, Ben, you go with your story, and I'm gonna turn. I'm listen.
My bad.
Hold on. Listen.
Listen,
What I'm finna tell you.
I gotta close this office down real quick, and we finna take it outside. My
Okay,
bad.
ain't no big deal. No, you good. You good.
That was
So what I was just telling them is
that
that
was the boss
there's
right there.
literally
Like, hey
people
man,
in
they
the
try to
comments.
close up. So.
Nah, but listen, there's people in the comments verifying every damn thing you're saying right now, and that's
Yeah,
what I
yes
told you.
sir.
People gonna know
Yes
you.
sir.
People gonna watch. People gonna see. You know what I'm saying? And you can't come on here on Texas prison
Lying.
stories telling
Oh
no
yeah.
fairy tales. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
no,
And
you
that's what I know
can't.
you wasn't gonna do. So that's why you're here. So should nobody be questioning anything this man's saying, and that's for damn sure.
I mean, like I said, bro, like we're we live, homie, and bro, if I'm over here lying, bro, I'm gonna get exposed. And why would I
Yeah,
do that, bro? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like
Same
I'm gonna
thing
keep
with
it
me.
100.
I'm 350 videos in, and ain't one person yet said I lied about a damn thing. Matter of fact, they come in the comments and say they was there with me too. And so that's why I'm saying real recognize real, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? And all right, man, I'm finna come out here. Feels a little good out here, man. Um,
So check this out. Listen, no, go with your story. I can still
okay,
hear you,
okay.
but I'm finna run right over here and grab this paper towel, and
Yeah,
let's keep
go
going.
ahead, go ahead.
Keep going.
So when I get to Mineral Wells and shit, I meet Bolo, and he's a speaker, and of course we go through the process of when you know, wherever you go, the speaker's gonna come up to you, man, and you know, you're gonna walk the track with them, or you're gonna go out there and you're gonna meet the homeboys and everything, and they're gonna lace you up. They're gonna let you know what the reglas are, which is the rules and everything that we got to go by at that specific yard. But we also have a list of rules that we follow by in every yard that we go to. So of course, you know, he come and talks to you, you know, make sure you know what you got going on, make sure what the rules are, and if you're gonna follow them, you know, and you know, let you know, hey, you finna get your heart checked, you know what I'm saying, this and this, and and which we call a quarter check. And homeboy was like, but we had a homeboy there at the time named Tony Gonzalez. But Tony, he was there in Plainview when I got my quarter check over there. So he kind of like, well, he vouched. He said, man, I seen homeboy get his quarter check. So the homeboys at Mineral Wells, they accepted it, but they were like, but you got to put some work in. Like whatever comes up next, you got to put that in. And I'm like, all right, like, man, I'll take this quarter check too, homie. Like I ain't tripping. You know, and homeboy's like, Bolo was like, nah, homie, like homeboy vouched for you, but you know, we got something for you. Like something happened and we got something for you. But mind you, bro, and this is my first night there, and I'm beating Bolo, bro. He's in the bathroom getting his haircut or shaving or whatever. And he tells me, he walks me back to my room, bro. And at Mineral Wells, you got doors that you can open and close, your own doors, or wooden doors and shit like that. That kind of tripped me out because, you know, I'm used to metal doors and all this shit. But they had AC unit in the window. You control the temperature, whatever, bro. And I remember he tells me, he's right before he turns around and walks off like nothing, he's like, hey, another thing, bro, sleep with your boots on tonight. He said, shit might pop down, so be ready. What? You know, he just
Sleep
walked
with
off.
my
I'm like,
boots
what?
on the first
Like,
day.
first, I just got here, my boy. I ain't even unpacked yet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hold on, man.
you
Hold on.
know,
That's scary than a motherfucker. What you mean sleep in my?
yeah, bro.
So
Like,
if I gotta sleep in my boots on, where's my knife? Hand me something. Give me something. What am
man,
I?
yeah, bro. Where's
What
the
I'm
care
supposed to just wear
package?
my boots and come out here naked? What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, nah, that's nerve wracking
Man,
right there.
yeah,
I'm here
bro.
to tell
So,
you that has
yeah,
startled the shit out of me.
man, bro, and like I wasn't like so like scared, like oh scared, but you know, I was kind of like nervous and I'm like, what the
Fuck
fuck, you
yeah.
know,
Any
like what's
man would
going
be.
down, like who we at war with, like you know what the fuck, bro, you know what I'm saying? So that first night, here I am laying in a one piece jumper with my boots on, and I got my hands behind my head. I'm just looking up at the ceiling, and bro, my mind is racing 100 miles an hour, asking those questions, like, and listening for all these fucking sounds before I finally teach myself what to listen to. That way, you could get some fucking sleep in that place. Anyways, bro, I stayed up and I remember this old school black dude, man. I forgot his name, but he was watching me that night, man. And he's like, can't sleep. And I'm like, nah. He's like, you got to think about that shit, huh? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, you want to be a gangster? You want to be in a gang? Man, I started laughing. That
Welcome
kind
to
of
the
put me
clique,
at
huh,
ease.
man?
Yeah, he's like, welcome to the clique, man. You want to be a gangster? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, fortunately, none popped off the next day. You know, homeboys like, yeah, the shit squashed, bro. You know, you just gotta make sure everything, you know, make sure all the homeboys were on point. And that's why I say shout out to Bolo, bro, because Bolo, he took me under that wing, man. He was that OG that put me under that wing, homie, and he taught me everything, bro. And not
So let me ask you something. Was Bolo from Oak Cliff?
Bolo. Bolo was from no, Bobo's from Oak Cliff. Bolo,
I was from,
Bolo, he's from Pleasant Grove. And he was an
okay.
OG. He had
Somebody was asking in the comments. That's what I was
Yeah,
wondering.
they call him Junebug in the Grove, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
He an
okay.
OG. He probably like in his 50s or something right now. You know, damn near 60 type shit. But he an OG. At the time, he was like his early 40s, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he put me under that wing, bro. I remember he drew. Man, this dude could draw some of the baddest portraits I ever seen in my life, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's unbelievable the talent that is, I can't say wasted, but yeah, bro, wasted behind bars,
It
bro.
is
You know,
wasted.
some of
Fuck
these
yeah, it's
people need to
wasted.
be artists, like for real, bro, out here. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
he was one of them. You know what I'm saying? He knew how to work that pen. He knew how to work them colors in that portraits. He knew
So
how to
let's
work.
say one thing though. Hold on, listen.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so so when we say wasted, that's kind of disrespectful in a little
No,
bit
well,
because
I
that's their
don't mean.
hustle. But they're making a bunch of money in there with it. But that artwork should be out here in a fucking museum. So
And
that's
that's
why
what
it's
I mean.
wasted.
That's why I mean
Yeah,
by wasted. Yes, sir. I don't mean
right.
it's wasted because it's
It
trash
should be in a
around.
museum and it
It
should
should
be
be
on like
exactly.
sold for high dollars, not for soups and shit. You know what I'm
Not for
saying? They're that
stupid. Yeah,
talented.
yeah. They're that talented, bro. I see some tattoo artists that would shit all over. The what is that? Ink Master. Them tattoo artists that are going,
Yeah,
bro, and they're over here using spinners, bro,
yeah,
staples for needles and shit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Wire
And
brushes and shit. Remember?
wire brushes, bro, but killing it, bro.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Single
you for the
needle tattoos we
you
talking
believe
about.
that too, boy? You don't know the hours they go behind that motherfucking boy. God. Anyway, so yeah, Bolo, he laced me up, man, and I actually got, like I said, man. I hope he watches this episode, man, and I just want to say thank you, bro, because the knowledge that he gave me, it helped me through my sentences, my biz, man. You know what I'm saying? And what he taught me, bro, it never failed. It never.
So how
If you
did you
just
end up getting the keys for mental
listen,
wells though?
bro, check this out. Let me get my work.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah, you
sorry.
go, you go.
That's just something I wanted to
So,
know because that's kind
no,
of
I'm finna
everybody
get to
don't
that.
have the keys to a yard,
Mm.
especially a wild ass yard like that. That's kind of something that's a special, something that
And
needs to be talked about.
this is something that this was like, well, at one point in my life that I realized that, bro, the influence and the charisma I had. All right, so growing up, walking into a room, people would stop and stare, but I always thought they were stopping and staring for the wrong reasons because my crooked teeth or I was fat. You know what I'm saying? Or I wasn't dressed right. But no, man, they're looking at you because you attract. You get what I'm saying? You got that aura about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that as a bragging thing, but no, I'm saying that because it actually happens. Any fucking room I step into, bro. Majority of them people are gonna stop and look at me. Why? Because they're judging me right at the jump, bro, without even knowing me, right? But
Absolutely.
that comes with being big. You know what I mean, Snow, because it happens with you, man. You being your size, bro. Wherever you go, you automatically sized up, bro, by other big dudes or other little dudes. Why? Because you're big and they're intimidated, bro, and they have to be prepared. Remember, fight or flight.
Right.
So,
And there ain't very much place to flight to in that motherfucker
ooh,
either.
hell no. So, you know, Bolo tells me, he's like, hey, homie, you remember that little work I was telling you about? And I was like, yeah. He said, we're going to do it today. I said, all right. I said, what I got to do? He said, well, look, there's a Solano from Dallas, man. He got caught stealing from a black dude, man. And they wanted to smash him, but he's from Dallas, man. And we don't let nobody, and he's Mexican. We don't let nobody touch. We handle it. We regulate him.
Right. Right.
And I was like, oh, all right. That's when I found out that that's how we do it in there. Even though you're not blasting, but you're from Dallas and you're Hispanic, you're still getting regulated, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with the gang, bro. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You're not with the gang. You're solo. All right, we're gonna let you be, but just know you fuck up. You finna come see us, or we finna come see you, bro.
Right.
Because
Right.
we're not gonna let another car or another race touch you from the city. Why? Because we're gonna take offense to that, man. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So we'll handle you, bro. And when we handle you, we handle you. This
Right.
ain't no little don't do it again, little smack on the ass. No, bro. We finna teach you a lesson, homie.
We're
You know
gonna
what
put that
I'm saying?
demo
And
down.
we're finna put that demo down. So basically, that's he was like, dudes out there in the yard. He's like, you're gonna drop him right there at the rec yard. And I was like, all right. He's like, we're gonna let you go first, man. He's like, you're gonna handle that for about 20 seconds, and then the little homies right here on the side, they're gonna run up in there and jump in. So I'm like, all right, bet. So as we're walking, bro, once I'm already assigned this mission, bro, that's all I see right then and there, bro. So as soon he's talking to me, but I'm not even listening, bro. Like I'm already putting myself in that mode. You get what I'm saying? And all I see is him point to the dude. And dog, he could have been the wrong ass dude. He could have said, "Look, oh, that's my homie dude right there." I don't know, bro. All I just seen him point to this dude, nigga, and I took off walking over there, dog. And I played this shit so fucking smooth because dude had his earbuds in, he's jamming some music, and here I am, I'm walking up to him, dog, and he happens to look up at me, right? And when he looks up at me, I crack a smile. You know what I'm saying? A little friendly ass smile, like, you know, hey, I know you. You know what I'm saying? You're from Dallas, this and that, right? But hey, you know, I crack a smile to kind of put his guard down. You get what I'm
Rock him
saying?
to sleep. Remember, that's what
Bro,
we called
so
it. Rock him to
dude,
sleep.
he takes his earphones off and he smiles back at me like, hey, I know you, bro. I like, he barely got that little look on his face before I just boom, caught him right here in his fucking grill, bro. Boom, boom. He falls to the floor, bam, and I just start hitting him. Boom, boom. Now I know earlier I said you let the man get up, but when you're dropping somebody or you punishing
That's
somebody,
different.
nah, bro, it's different. Like everything goes, especially if you're getting dropped from a yard, bro. You're
Yeah,
getting
it's way
smashed out,
different.
bro. This you getting stabbed out, you getting stomped out, you getting locked out, whatever. Anything goes, man, when it comes to that. But if you just fight somebody one-on-one, you know, to squash some shit or whatever, bro, you don't ever you don't hit a man when he's down. You let that man get up and get his fair one, man. And that's just rules, man, right there. So just keep that in mind. I hope nobody ever has to go through. That's what this whole program is about, to prevent that. If we can't prevent that, at least you got some knowledge from this to how to handle yourself when you get up in there, man. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
deep. That's
So
I appreciate you
with,
saying that too,
yes,
because
sir. Yes,
everybody ain't
sir.
gonna listen, but some people need that game, and they ain't got no big brother, big homie to teach them. That's what
Yeah,
something we
bro.
do too.
Yeah. Yes, sir. That's true, man. So, you know, I'm whooping this dude, bro. Like I said, man, I'm over there. I'm fucking beating the shit out of him, dog. Like, you know, dude, he's trying to fold up, but I ain't letting him, bro. I'm just connected with him, and next thing you know, little homies just come up, boom, and they start kicking and stomping them and everything, and we're stomping the shit out this dude, man. And then we hear it on the speaker, hey, everybody return to the housing units. You know, recall, report to the housing unit, this and this. So, bro, I take off, and it was crazy because like sometimes we're supposed to clear it with other cars that we're finna drop somebody or we're finna handle some shit. Well, at that time we didn't, you know what I'm saying? And luckily the Bloods, they didn't take offense to it, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I remember when we started dropping, dude, uh, there it was right by the weight pile, and the Bloods were right there, and they were hitting weights, man, and they were like, damn, they had to drop and walk away because this shit was going down right there. And they're like, man, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And they walked out. Now, this is a little knowledge for people right there. They could have made a big issue about that. You know what I'm saying? That could have been a big issue right there because you're supposed to let them know what's going down to keep them from getting jammed up type shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got to know the full detail. But yeah, you know what? Don't work out at the weight pile tomorrow, homie. All right, that's all you gotta say, bro. You ain't gotta tell them what you're doing, nothing like that. But lace them up, and fortunately, they didn't press the issue or whatever. But yeah, they kind of like, oh shit, I ain't gonna just say nothing. They walk off, and we're stomping this dude. The sirens go off, and I take off walking, bro. And I go through the weight pile, and I take off my jumper, throw my jumper. I have white shorts and a white shirt on. I go straight to the basketball court, and I'm standing there like I was been there the whole time, waiting my turn to play ball, bro. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So they're like, come
Smart.
inside, everybody inside. So we go inside, they do that full body check. You know what that full body check is,
Mm-hmm.
homie? You know what I'm saying? For y'all that
Knuckles,
don't know,
everything.
boy, they checking your hands, they checking your knuckles, you taking your shirt off, they
So
checking
you
your
let me
body.
tell you one thing, Ben. I'm
Man,
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but so what they told you, right? Yeah, you gonna get to about the first 20 seconds. They just wanted to see if you was gonna do
yeah,
it.
they say
So
what I was gonna do, man.
when I got the kite in state jail the very first time when I had to put the work in, they didn't tell me they was fixing to come help. Like they was taking this man off the yard. They just
Mhm.
told me you gotta go do it. And he
Yeah.
was big as fuck. Like he was a big old dude. So I go up to him and I'm trying to talk to him on the basketball court. And they're playing and he's disregarding me because he thinks I'm a wood or something. I just showed up. He thinks I'm a wood, and they ain't got no respect in state jail at that time, right? So I had to literally grab him by his fucking shirt and go, yo, homie, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And when he did that, I swung on him and I caught him. And the dude started winning, bro. No lie. He was a big
Oh,
bad
man.
motherfucker. He had already beat up a crip on the other end, right? So
Yeah.
when my homies seen that it took, that I took off on them, here they come. And yeah, it was mash mode after that. He was in the hospital type shit. But I didn't know it was gonna happen. So at least you had a little bit of warning, like,
Yeah.
I got a little
Yeah.
help coming in a minute, but I was scared to death, like, man, this man finna beat my
But
motherfucking ass out here. And he started to beat my motherfucking ass out there. And as soon as the homies seen me, like, oh yeah, the white boy's in trouble, but he
tides are
got
turning.
heart.
Yeah.
So
They
so
went
yeah,
in
I
to help.
feel you. Trust me, I feel you.
It's a test, bro. I mean, you know that now, and I know that now. You know what I'm saying? But when you first get there, you don't know that, man. You're getting
Fuck no.
tested constantly, man, and not only from your own people, from other cars, man. You know, you're constantly getting tested. Why? They're trying to find that chink in the armor, bro. They're trying to find
Mm-hmm.
that weakness, man. They're trying to expose that about you. You know what I'm saying? That's, you sweet about giving up food when you ask for it. Motherfuckers will come ask you for a soup every single fucking day, and you're over there giving it up.
And then
They
they
found a
want a shot
weakness
of
in you.
coffee next.
Yeah, and they found a weakness in you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's. I mean, I ain't saying you got to be greedy and shit like that, but every day, man, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give it to you a couple days here and there, man, but well, I'm not just doing that for you, man. This food's for me. You know what I'm saying? My people
Right.
send me money. I earn this money for me. I don't mind helping out when I have extra, but when you
Yeah.
come in every day, so you got the ones that you can come every day and ask for whatever, and they're gonna give it to you, even though the motherfucker don't want to. You can see it in their face that they don't want to, but they're also scared of you. So
Right,
that's kind
right,
of like
right.
their payment, like to leave me alone, man. Just get away from
Nah,
me.
it's a real life payment.
That's
Yes,
some
it's a
real shit.
soft. We used to
Yeah,
call that soft extorting them.
yeah. There you
You
go,
know what I'm
soft
saying?
extortion, man.
So we would be like, hey, you can come over here and kick it with us, homie. You can chill. You all right? But what you got to eat? You know what I'm saying? We sure would like to smoke a cigarette right now,
Yeah,
homie. You got any
yeah,
money? You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And the shit, here you go. He bought a cigarette, and guess what? He might hit that motherfucker one time while we
That's
smoking on it,
it.
type shit,
Well,
and he
we
ain't gonna
we
say
killed it,
nothing.
right? Nothing. I ain't gonna say
Happened all the
nothing.
time, bro. So I feel
And,
you. Like, yeah, you was doing it right. You was doing it right.
so we dropped dude and everything, and they did the full body open check and everything, and locked dude up and everything. They didn't lock nobody up. They didn't get me or the little homies, man. They just, it is what it is. So how I got the keys to the yard. All right. So, a few months passed after that, and like I told you, man, I hung with Bolo every day, bro. I know this is like it sounds stupid, but this dude had knowledge, and I was hungry for it.
That don't sound stupid. It
You see
sounds
what I'm
smart.
saying? To some people, it might, you know what I'm saying, but
Nah, it sounds
I was
smart.
he had knowledge, man, that I needed to survive in a place like that, bro. And I was hungry, homie. So every day I was there, and I was picking his brain, bro. I was picking his brain, and he was teaching me. He was teaching me. I would watch him. We would chop it up. Like me and this dude, we became close, homie. You know what I'm
So
saying?
that
Like
just
real
that
close.
listen, Ben, that tells me he seen something in you.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't have done that if he's that man you saying you are, and they saying in the comments he is that man you saying he was. That means he seen something in you at that young
Yeah,
age at that
yeah,
time.
bro.
That's deep. That's that. So just so the viewers might don't peep that if they never been to prison, that man would have never been giving this dude no game.
Mm-mm.
Because one thing about prison is game ain't free, right? And they pick
Nope.
and choose who they give it
They
to.
can do what
Nine
they give it
times out
to.
of 10, motherfuckers will let you fail and they'll like let you learn on your own. So
Mhm.
when you're telling me this, I myself as an ex-convict realize what's going on. Like he's training you right now, bro.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, he
Whether
is.
you knew it or not. Did you
Yeah.
even realize at that time
No,
that man, this
I
man is
didn't.
blessing my game right now?
I didn't, bro. Like literally, bro. Like at the time, I was thinking, like, hey, man, being here, like he thinks I was cool, and I think he's cool, so we kicking it, bro. Like my buddy, homie, my homeboy. I'm his homeboy, and he's looking out for me, with the knowledge, because he don't want to see something bad happen to me because we're homeboy. No, bro, you exactly right. He was training me to become what I was going to become. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy how to say this because he didn't know and I didn't know, right? But that's the way the universe works. That's the way God works, man. You know what I'm saying? They put somebody in your life for a reason. They put me in your life for a reason, and you're in my life
No,
for a reason. So,
real
you
talk.
get what I'm saying? And,
Absolutely.
and I honest to God, feel like that's what happened, man. That I ran into this man at the exact time that I needed to run into him to get this knowledge that I needed to get through what I was going through. You get what I'm saying? And here I am, 22, 23 years old, and I'm recognizing this shit already, bro. That's letting you know where my mind state is at the time, homie. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
growing up. I didn't hang with my age. I hang with the older crowd. I hang with my older brother. I hang with my older sister and their friends. So I was getting trained to be mature at a young age. You get what I'm saying? So when I get there and I recognize what was happening and everything, bro, I started eating that knowledge. I started eating it and I started saving it. And the homeboys started seeing that too. You see what I'm saying? Now
Mm-hmm.
you're always being watched. What I mean by always being watched, you're always being watched, man. Somebody, your own homeboys are trying to find you slipping. Why? Because they want to put that D on your ass. They want to beat you, not beat you up, but they want to punish you. And to some people, that's wreck for them. You see what I'm saying? So
Nah,
they
but yeah, entertainment.
entertainment, man. For real, that's the pay-per-view right there and there, man. You know what I'm saying? So uh uh Bolo and Magic, he was a right-hand man at the time. They both get jammed up and they go to the shoot. So when they go to the shoot, which is the whole or whatever segregation, uh, the yard is without a speaker and without the second in command either. So guess what? We had to have an emergency junta and put a speaker, man, because we just can't be walking out here blind, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we come together and the homeboys like basically when we come together, bro, I do the talking like, bro, I step in and I took charge, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because I wanted to, I was pursuing it or nothing like that. No, bro. It's just that we needed. This is something very important to me. It is because we need this speaker. We can't let the yard know that we're without a speaker right now. Well, we already got one ready. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. Can I ask you a question though?
yes,
Can I
sir.
ask you a
Yes, sir.
question? So you're obviously young, and I know
Yeah.
you got homeboys there that's older, but now
Yes.
you Bolo right hand man now, and
Yeah.
how are the older homies feeling about
So
shit? Are they feeling like they done got skipped in line right now?
I
Like, is there some
mean,
animosity
you
type
you
shit?
you, you would you will have some like that. You will have some, and at the time, I ain't no telling what they were feeling because they didn't show it on their faces at the time. It was damn near unanimous decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not mistaken, bro, everybody like is like, yeah, Ben, like, and like I was telling them, look, bro, we need to pick somebody who. And I was even trying to get it off of me, bro, because bro, at the time I felt like I'm 23, homie, and I have no business with the keys right now because at the time I didn't think I had it. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of what makes you you, bro. Like if you get that feeling and you run from it, bro, then you're gonna just be scared, bro. Because look, I didn't run from it. I accepted it, and look what it got me, man. It got me the keys to the yard. And all the homeboys agreed to it, even the OGs. And I was telling the OGs, man, I feel like you should. And they're like, nah, homeboy, the way you carry yourself, the way you present yourself, the way you talk, the way you lay it down. He's like, you don't get loud. We watch you
Right.
and we feel like you're the right point. Yeah,
Professional shit.
we feel like you're the right choice, man. And I was like, well, look, if this is what the homeboys feel, then I'll take it, man. I accept it. And that's how I had the yards to the keys, man. 23 years old. And at the time, we had over 40 homeboys from Dallas, man. You know what I'm saying? So there I am, 23 years old with 40 homeboys, like right there behind me, bro. And like, bro, when I say like, I didn't like to me, I don't like it, bro. Uh, no, I like the speaking part because like, I'm not gonna crash us out, bro. I'm not like that. I'm not stupid, bro. I'm not gonna
Right.
crash us out. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I'm also gonna stand firm in what we believe in, and I'm willing to crash out for what we believe in as a Tango as a whole. You get what I'm saying? So
Integrity. That's what we
integrity,
call
man.
that integrity, man.
Integrity, yes, sir. So, I guess, like they seen it in me, and so I accepted it, man, and I rolled with it, and it was kind of awkward. Like the next day, going to meet the shot caller for the Crips, the shot caller for the Bloods, because you're talking about 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. Here I am, the youngest of the fucking group, bro. You know what I'm saying? 23 years old, bro. Everybody in here are old heads, man. They didn't have years. I'm talking about decades, maybe behind their fucking belt, bro. You know what I'm saying? And here I am on my second fucking bid, bro. You know what I'm talking about? But it was all about how you process and how you talk and how you boom, bro. And they got to know that part of me and they accepted me quick too. You get what I'm saying?
Well,
And
had no choice at that point.
yeah,
Shit.
bro, they had no choice, but you know, they accepted that, bro, and they started fucking with me a lot, bro. Like I haven't been to a place, bro, and honest to God, homeboy, like, you know, if I'm lying, somebody put it out there and whatever, homie. But wherever I go, bro, I get a lot of respect from a lot of people, a lot of shot callers, and it's not because I demand it or whatever. No, homie, it's because I give it. You see what I'm
That's
saying?
deep too.
Everybody's
That's
gonna get
deep.
respect. Everybody's gonna get respect from me. The first off, you're always gonna get respect. I'm not gonna disrespect you because you have no reason for me to disrespect you. But once you lose that, man, that's over, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't never gonna get no respect from me again, bro. So, you know, it's true what they say. In order to get respect, you gotta give it. And I'll give it first, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I want that in return. If you can't give it in return, then you ain't gonna get it from me no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like just things like that that people gotta realize, man.
No,
And I
yeah,
hate
no.
thinking like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
So also at the same time though, listen, what they were saying, what they say, street smarts and book smarts,
street
right? That's
smarts and book
deadly.
smarts, yes,
So
sir.
so when you're speaking and you're somebody that's the voice of 40 men, you gotta be able to process shit on the fly, right? When
On
you're
the
having a
fly.
conversation with the leader of the Crips, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure if there's 40
Oh, yeah, he
Dallas
did.
Tongos over there, there probably was 400 Crips over there from all over the
Yeah.
state. You know what I'm saying? Because they coming
No.
from everywhere. You know what I mean? They coming out of
No.
San Antonio, Houston,
Yeah.
Galveston,
Yeah.
Dallas,
Yeah, man. Shout
Beaumont,
out.
Fort
You know
Worth.
what?
You know what I'm
Shout
saying? And
out, shout
y'all
out.
one city.
You know, not even, yeah, of course, shout out to my blast homeboys, man. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down for the cities out there, man. Hey, for the ones that are locked up and watching just keep your head up, baby. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no but love out here, man. And just know this shit. This shit it ain't easy, homie. But y'all know what y'all got to do, man, and handle your business, man, and get home as soon as you can. Shout out to the rest of the Thongos in Texas, man. I'm not one of them ones that like, oh, he's Laredo or oh, he's Bayuco. Nah, because you know why? We stand on the same message, bro. And regardless that we're not the same gang, guess what, man? You represent what I represent, bro. So of course I'm gonna show you love. So shout out to all my other thongos out there, man. Not only the Blast, but all the other ones, man, that holds
That
the
was
state
real.
down, that holds the cities down, man.
You know
Really.
why you said that? I think why you just said it and you feel like that too. So we'll get into that federal part later. But
Yeah, yeah. Oh
in the
yeah.
feds, it gets different, right? It gets different.
Boy,
So let me
hey,
ask
hey,
you one
hey, hey,
question though.
stay out
Let me
my
ask you
head,
one.
no, no.
No. I've been both.
No.
I've been to state
Yes,
jail,
sir.
TDC,
Yeah,
and the feds.
yeah. So
So you know
yeah, I
what?
like
Let
that.
me
I
tell
like
you
you.
something. You're the first man ever on my channel that I've ever spoke to that been to state jail, and I'm not talking about on the TDC side of state jail. I'm talking about on the
Mm-hmm,
rock and roll ass state jail side. You've
mm-hmm.
been to TDC and you've been to feds. I'm the only other person that's ever been on my channel that been to all three systems, so I know exactly what the fuck you're talking about, like
Man, bro.
deeply. I feel you deeply. So when
It's,
we were
it,
speaking the first time, I was like, man, this dude took the same journey I did, but in a different car and a different click, but it still felt the
but
same.
it
You know what
still
I'm
felt the
saying?
same.
Like,
Yeah.
so let me ask you though. So Mental Wells got this reputation. Before we move on to the next shit, what was some
Yeah.
of the craziest shit you seen go down over there in
Okay.
Mental Wells? Like, really
So,
let them know what Mental Wells was
man,
like, bro.
this is Mineral Wells, homie. Like, from the first day I got there, it was rocking. All right, you got to understand that Mineral Wells is a pre-parole transfer facility. So you got people who you go there when you got 2 years or less. You transition back into the world. You're allowed to get free work clothes in and wear them and glasses, and you're transitioning back into the world, homie. So you got people who just getting done with a 20 piece mixed in with youngsters who got 2 fucking years, man, and it's their first time down. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
That,
I didn't
like,
realize that. So they were
oh,
sending them over there as their transfer
yeah,
facility too, not
yeah,
just a pre-release.
yeah, not just pre-release, bro. They were sending them there too, bro. So
Oh,
you
that's a
got
bad. So that's bad for them dudes.
bro, you know what that is. That's a bad combination. That ain't
That's a
none
bad mix
good.
for them boys that just got into the system and
What
they thugging with these boys that's been in there all
they've
their
been in
life.
it? What? And they're institutionalized. They got their ways already set, and then you got these youngsters coming in trying to, oh man, I ain't gonna no, buddy. You gonna You know what I'm saying? Because I was, man, bro. Okay, so let me get into this story right here real quick, man. Um, Mental Wells, bro. This is the first time I ever, and this is the worst one I seen. I've been to the feds, like you said, been to the state. This is the worst one I ever fucking seen, man. And this is when EPT and Aztecas were going at it. You know what I'm saying? They barely just started going at it. So where
And
Bolo
they're
stayed
coming
at,
out the same city for the most part,
they're
huh?
coming out the same city, El Paso, bro. Yeah,
Right,
but they used to run under them and they're separated from them, so that's why they're going to war. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the same backstory of the blast
right,
and
right,
PS
right.
and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, um, so in Bolo's room, he lives like 2 doors down from where I live at. There's an EPT cat in there, man. This EPT cat, bro, man, he was so fucking cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I used to go and this dude, when I say this dude had hoes, man, man, this dude had hoes, bro. And I ain't talking about the little kill flicks. No, I'm talking about actual females from his city sending him pictures, bro. So every night I would go and he had albums and albums of all these loyal bitches that are just following him, bro. And I mean bitches in a good way, ladies.
Right. Sound like
You
P100.
know
That's how P100
what
had it. They was listen. They was hating on P100, calling them ugly, and
I'm
P100 had bitches bringing them Versace robes to the motherfucking
yeah.
halfway house and
My
shit.
boy,
Think
hey,
about it.
listen, my boy was walking a bad one.
Yeah,
He had her on all fours,
yeah,
man. He
yeah,
was walking
yeah.
her like a dog, bro. And she even
Dog
stood up
walking bitches.
and like I was like, yeah, P100 doing it, man. Hey, shout out, like I
Yeah,
said, once again, shout out to P100, and once again, shout out to my boy Bobo, cause I know he watching this shit, boy. Go to sleep,
he
nigga.
watching. He watching you in the comments right now. Yeah.
Oh shit, but so okay, so I used to go to that room every evening, man. And while Bolo be sitting there drawing his little portraits and shit, because they used to pay him to draw portraits, I'm there kicking it with the EPT cat. I'm looking at his pictures, we chopping it up. He's finna hook me up, this and this. Man, I was cool with dude, bro. Like I said, like I'm cool, man. And so I don't even know this shit is going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like this is after this right here is when I decided to pay attention to my fucking surroundings more because I didn't even know this shit was going down, bro. I'm in the room. I'm sitting on Buddy's bed. Buddy's bed happens to be where the door comes in. It's like on the opposite side of the room where it's straight on. You got a straight view of the door, and it's a wooden door. It's count time, so everybody's supposed to be right there. I'm in this dude's bed, bro, and I'm looking at the holes and shit, and we're chopping it up like we always do, bro. There were 7 Aztecas total on that yard, and there was almost I want to say about 50 EPTs, bro. So the Aztecas were outnumbered, now. These motherfuckers, when it was, everybody come inside, yard recall, they all fell out to my building, bro. All 7 of them fell out to our building and hid until count time, bro.
Oh shit.
Right?
They
So
had that planned out.
they had this shit planned out, bro. I'm sitting on Buddy's bed, bro. And mind you, there's another EPT on the 3rd floor that looks like me. He's tall, he's bald headed, but he's skinnier. You know what I'm saying? And dark complected, but he kind of we have similarities and shit, right? So as I'm sitting on this bed and we're chopping it up, that fucking door flies open. Boom, bro! Like they kick that bitch in, bro. Boom, bro. And I look up and they're there. Like 6 motherfuckers are there, dog. And I see the shanks, I see locks, bro. I see fucking sticks and broomsticks, and I said, man, what the fuck? Bolo jumps up. Bolo's like, come on, homeboy, let's get out of here. It's not our business, right?
Right, right.
This is the hardest thing and a lesson that I like. To this day, it still fucks with me, bro, because, man, bro, that was my dude, dog. You get what I'm saying? And y'all finna find out why. When they kick that fucking door open, Bolo's like, come on, homeboy, let's go. He burns out the room. Them fools are coming in now. You know what I'm saying? And Buddy, the EPT, he's charging them because dude, he's outnumbered, dog. He don't have shit. But I give it to him, bro, because he ran full head into that bitch with nothing, dog, and they fucked him up, dog. When I mean fucked him up, bro, like, dude, they like, bro, this is the first time they had, like, I seen Care Flight come. You get what I'm saying, bro? Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is how bad they fucked him up, bro. They
Trying to
just
kill his
started,
ass.
yeah, bro. They're trying to kill him, bro. Bro, they're coming, and they start attacking him, but then they're starting to come towards me, right? And bro, I'm already on my feet because, bro, I really don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'm ready, bro. And they start coming towards me, and I'm telling them, I'm like, hey, hold on, homie, I'm Tango Blast, nigga, and I'll post up with my fist, nigga, like, I'm ready, bitch, Tango Blast, nigga, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So luckily, one of them snapped to it, and they're like, oh, no, 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 no. You know, not them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? This
He
is
thinking you're the
EPT.
EPT dude
Yeah,
that looks
they're
like you.
thinking I'm the EP2. Yeah, that looks like me upstairs, bro. So, you know, I get around them, bro, and I go out to the hallway, and Bolo's room is 2 rooms conjoined. You know, it has a little wall, but it has a doorway where you can walk through both rooms. So they're fucking buddy up on the floor, dog. I'm talking about every time that lock lands is gashing his head open. The sticks are hitting his face. They're bruising, like they're welting his shit up. They're stabbing him, bro. This dude is leaking. He's fucking army crawling, bro, out the fucking door, dog. And he goes out to the other door. And I happen to be in the hallway against the wall with Bolo, and he comes out and they're just following him, bro. And they're just fucking constantly just hitting him. They would not stop, bro. And I was just so fucking mad because this is my homeboy right here, dog. And I had to sit back and watch this shit. When me and this man used to share meals, bro, we used to share fucking personal stories,
Was just
and we
laying
grew
on
a
his
fucking
bunk and
bond,
shit.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
homie. And I gotta sit here and watch him, bro. Bro, this fucking lookout for the Aztecas, bro. He comes up because he's over there down the hall looking out. He has a fucking bone crusher, a sword. And if y'all don't know what that is, that's a big ass fucking knife, bro.
Machete.
This dude comes up, man, and he hits him 3 times, bro. When I mean 3 times, I mean that whole thing goes in his body, bro. Right there in front of me, bro. It's like I'm looking down at my shoes. That's how I'm looking at my homeboy getting fucked up. And I look at Bolo and I said, homeboy, I said, please, man. He was like, nah, homeboy, that's not our shit. I said, Bolo, they almost hit me, nigga. Like, I'm trying to find a fucking excuse to take off on these niggas,
Right.
bro.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said, man, bro, they try to get me, dog. And he was like, but they didn't touch you, did they?
Mm.
Eye opener.
So
Right
let me
there.
ask you something. G. Did that teach you right there to maybe stop being so good of friends with people from other cars?
Yeah, it did. It did, bro, because, and it even taught me, like, this don't come until, at that moment right here, homie, it taught me not to get so close. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because when it comes to shit like that, no matter how fucking close, bro, if you was married to my fucking sister, nigga, and you my brother-in-law, bro, but you happen to be another gang, I gotta sit there and watch you die, bro.
Right.
I gotta
Right.
sit there and watch you get fucked up and can't do a motherfucking thing about it. Why? Because we're different cars, bro, and I can't jump in and bring my whole car down
Yeah,
for
now you
you.
got your 40 men in danger. Like, yeah, y'all, yeah, I feel you. That's what I'm
You know
saying.
what
So
I'm
you
saying?
explained it
So,
well to the people. But I was wondering if it taught you that lesson right then. And like, I just need to stick to
yeah,
my clique after
yeah,
this.
not necessarily stick to my clique, but not get so close. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because of that right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I felt so fucking helpless, homie, because I know I could have helped them. I could have just started tagging these fools like shit, nigga. You know, they were right there, and but I couldn't. And that's what I learned right there, bro, that you can't get too close to people in there because they could, like that, be out to life, homie. They could be snatched from you just like that. You could be the one dropping this food. You get what I'm saying? You could be the
Mm-hmm.
one literally putting his ass on that care flight. You know, and you
Yeah,
just
nah,
got to eating
facts.
with this
It
nigga,
might
man.
have to be you doing it, huh?
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, as the story's going, man, they're shanking this dude. Dude comes up and puts that fucking bone crusher in his ass 3 times, bro. Not in his ass, literally, but, you know, in his body 3 times, bro. I hear yelling down the hallway, bro. And when I look over, guess who it is, bro? It's the tall nigga that looked like me, the EPT cat. He's coming with his trash can lid, the square, heavy plastic trash can lid. He's screaming like a fucking warrior, dog. Ah! And he's running with this fucking, you could just see the determination on it. Bro, my fucking, like, I know it sounds fucking whatever, but man, my heart fucking leapt with joy because I knew homeboy was finna be saved. They all turned and see this big ass nigga charging them with three of this big ass this big ass plastic lid and bows down for them motherfuckers with the lid. Boom,
Did
boom,
he?
boom, 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 mows them down, bro. Takes off on the other ones. That. Come on, bitch. Come on. And he's backing up, fighting them, and he makes them chase him to get it away from his buddy. And his buddy is fucking like dragging his own self, his own body to that exit door just to get away, bro. And as soon as he gets out that exit door and that fucking exit door closes, we get to work and start cleaning up all that blood, all the evidence, everything. It was just like instant. We start cleaning. We start getting rid of the evidence. We don't want nobody coming in our fucking room. There's blood all over in our front of our shit. We cleaning this shit up because they finna come hit this fucking unit, bro. They're finna hit this whole yard because of this shit.
Did that man pass away or did he make it?
He made it, bro. He made it, but he stayed there for a long ass fucking time, bro. Like even after his release, he was in a hospital, bro. Like they fucked him up bad, bro. Like bad. Like there was they said that there was a couple times that he did actually flatline, bro, and they had like they brought him back, resuscitated him and shit like that. But bro, like I believe like one lung don't work no more type shit. You know what I'm saying? And all because of
life-changing experience, man.
Like this, bro. And it's not only for him, definitely for him, but for me, bro. You get what I'm saying? Because that's when I learned right there, dog, that the one closest to you, bro, could be just taken away from you like nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the worst one I've ever seen. Like I've seen more stabbings, I've seen more of that, but I've never seen like anything worse than that right there because the blood. Like I don't know
So
how
you
the
know
hell.
what? Listen, honest to God, those Aztecas. So when I first got to the feds, one of my cellmate was the shot caller leader for the Gangster Disciples, right? And he had been in there for about 18 years at that time. And he told me that, man, just about 4 or 5 of them Aztecas can hit the damn yard and change everything. He said them motherfuckers so savage, so vicious, like they really are about that life, man. And
They
you
really
telling
are,
the
bro.
truth.
Yeah, they really are, bro. Like, man, homie, like, I mean, at the time too, we were still freshly like, we were kind of like towards the middle end of our war with TS and shit, because we actually allowed only five. We had numbers on them boys at the time, but we allowed 5 TS to be on their yard. If one came in, they had a choice: drop them or we drop them. And if we drop them, we're dropping you all. So I know it sounds fucked up, but we had them boys dropping their own people when they came in. If it was over 5, they were dropping their own people to
Damn,
get
for
them out the
real.
yard, man. Yeah, homie. Like, but like the beef was kind of like already winding down, but we had the numbers on them there too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm finna get to another numbers thing too when I get to the feds. Like this shit there, boy. That
This
now the
shit real.
feds.
This a real life story. This one of the best interviews I've ever done right here because this that real shit, bro. Like this is real life shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you just had to
Yeah,
watch your friend get stabbed through the body 3
yeah.
times,
Like,
and his homeboy had to run and fight with a plastic trash can lid.
bro, just
Think
bone
about what
down,
you just
bro.
said.
Get him away, get them away from him, so his homeboy could live, bro. Like,
So that
man,
man that came, listen, the man that came with the trash can lid. Do you
no,
remember
yeah,
his
he
name?
did it. Nah,
Do you remember
I
his
don't
name?
remember his name. No, bro. This
I
is you
sure
gotta
wish we could
understand.
shout him out.
I wish, but you know what, man? I know the story I just told, bro, is unique. There's only one out there, and that's it. So if you listen at homeboy, hey man, just know that nigga, what you did that day, bro, like that's exactly what the fuck you was supposed to do, bro. Like, regardless if you would have got handled the same way, bro, you saved that man's life, bro. And you should be happy for what the hell you did, man. For real. Because I know one thing, homeboy, you got my respect for life for that shit, bro. You saved the
Yeah.
homeboy's life, man, when I couldn't. And
Shit,
that's
got
what
my
fucked me up.
respect too, and I just heard the story.
That's what fucked me up mentally, bro, because I could have helped him, bro, but I couldn't. And I'm the type of person that if somebody's in need, bro, I help, bro. I can't, but I was forced to go opposite of what I believe in and what I'm
And so
usually doing.
here's where things get fucked up too, Ben. And this is where I always come back to. This is not the life you want. All y'all Mexican,
Yeah, we'll find
all
each other.
y'all Hispanic dudes trying to now. You can't even help another Hispanic dude because his
Mhm,
Hispanic guys are trying to kill his fucking ass because
mhm.
y'all different cliques, different gangs, different cars, and all this shit. This is
Yeah.
how real
This,
this shit
this
gets, and
how
this is
real
how
shit
fucked
is,
up
man.
this life ain't what you want, man. Like, this is not the
Definitely
life you
not.
want. This is my whole point of this channel, and you just gave one of the best examples
I
I've ever
can't
heard on this channel.
I can't stress it enough, man. It's not worth it, dude. And like before I get to the feds, man, let me just put this in perspective real quick for everybody to understand, man. When I
So
got
you got to
locked up,
realize, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
yeah,
about 70% of the people that watching haven't been to prison.
that's what I'm
So
saying.
so you do
So,
have to put things in perspective, and I
I'm,
appreciate what you're doing.
yes, sir, yes, sir. When you get out, my son was 11 months old the last time I held that man before I went to, went through this journey with mental wells and everything. And when I got out, man, that boy was finna turn 4, right? Already walking, talking, had his own little personality, everything, man. And the hardest fucking thing, and this is what I say, you lose more than just time, bro. The hardest fucking thing I had to do in life was act like I wasn't my son's father. I was just a friend
Mm,
of his mom because at
mm,
the time, all my son knew was his grandpa as his father. So they had, the grandmother was like, look, so we won't confuse him and this and this and this. We're going to introduce you as Ben, Alicia's friend. So I was like, all right. I wanted to fucking grab my son and tell him, son, I miss you. I'm your dad, nigga. You did this and this and this, but
right,
I couldn't.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to play that role, bro. I had to be mom's friend with the
And
same
that's
name.
painful
Ben.
as hell, ain't it,
It's
man?
painful, homie. Like I
So
can't.
I get now a little bit more understanding of why you told me when I was doing the prayers with my daughter. Now I
Yeah,
understand a little bit more about what
yeah,
you said and where you
homie.
was coming from.
It's painful, and like so for the first year, bro. For the first year, I was just a friend of the families, and he didn't think nothing of me picking him up every other weekend or for the summer, and he's coming chill. He thought I was his friend, his mama's friend and shit, right? Until like my nephews and nieces, they start telling him like, "Hey Ben, your dad's calling you." So my son, he's smart, man. Shout out to Mijo, man, Ben Jr. I love you, son, and hit me up, call me, man. I miss you, bro. Like this, but anyways,
So let me tell
like
you this. So
yeah,
so so listen. Everything you saying today, when your son watch this, he gonna realize his daddy is a real man. You
yeah.
feel me?
Look, man, one thing I told my son when I got out the feds, because like I was gonna get to this perspective too. I went from seeing my son being 9 years old, talking about GI Joes and video games and all this other shit, bro, to 17, finna turn 18, talking about hoes and smoking weed, bro. I missed that whole. Not only did I miss from 11 to 4, I missed from 9 to 17, bro. I missed
Mm-hmm.
every significant part of this man's life. You know what I got to enjoy? And I pushed it and I pushed it and I made sure that I was there, nigga. I watched my son walk across that graduation stage, bro.
Oh, good, good.
You know,
That's a
and I
proud
could I
feeling.
could have been locked up. I could have been locked up behind bars, bro. I could have missed that. But that's one thing that I said when I got out. I was like, and I told my son, I said, "Mijo, when I get out, if I want to watch you walk across that stage because I missed your first day of school. I missed your first day in middle school. I missed your first day in high school. I missed your first words. I missed your first steps. Everything. You know what I'm saying?" And so I actually got to watch him walk that stage, man. He had it at Globe Life Field where the Texas Rangers play at and stuff like that. So that to me, like I wish I could take credit for that, but I can't. I'm just proud to see that my son graduated and he broke. How can you say it?
That generational curse.
Yes. Thank you so much, bro. He broke the generational curse, man. My
And that's
grandma's
what
been
I'm
to the
trying to do
feds,
with
man.
my daughter, brother. That's all I'm
My
trying to do,
grandma's been
man.
to the feds. My aunt's been to prison. My brother to prison. Me to prison, man. Like my more family members of mine been to prison, bro. And it's just so great to see our next generation breaking the generational curse, man. And my son, he's smart. He graduated, and That boy had been stacking money since he was 15 years old in that fucking bank. When he turned 18 years old, this dude went and cashed out a fucking car, cashed out a motorcycle. Like,
Oh
bro,
shit,
you
dope,
know what I
bro.
would have did with that fucking money? I would have been at the strip club tricking that shit
Yeah,
out because
nah, for
that's what the
real.
shit I
Me
used to
too.
see on TV, man. You see
So
what I'm saying?
let me do one thing real quick because we
Yeah.
gotta show Bobo some love, and he been saying in the comments, and he's
What's
the one
up?
that hooked me up with you. He
What's
said,
up?
Tell them how you even met him."
So I met Bobo at Mineral Wells. Bobo came in, and of course, I had the keys to the yard at the time. So, anytime a new homeboy would come in, like I said earlier, that we would hit the track, and I would walk around the track, and I would explain to him, the rules, regulations there at that prison, but also make sure he understood what the rules and regulations are all across Texas. You get what I'm saying? And of course, I'm telling him about his quarter check, what's going to happen and everything like that. So, you know, I still remember his quarter check too.
He wanted you to talk about it. He wanted you to
Well,
talk
I
about
know.
it.
Hey, my boy is solid, man. Like,
Yeah.
of course, amongst each other, we do our little city plexing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, nigga, you Pleasant Grove ass nigga. Oh, you Oak Cliff ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just all fun and shit, right? So, you know, we over there clowning Bobo because he's from the cliff and shit like that. And Bobo like, man, you got the cliff fucked up. This and this and this and this. Like, I'm gonna have to show y'all, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, homie. I said, well, look, homeboy, I said, just know this, you finna go in, we finna go in 45 seconds, homie. I said, man, if you happen to fall, we're gonna stop the time and let you get up, bro. And then we're gonna start that whole, not over, but we're gonna start it from there.
Right.
I said, but if you fold, if you run, I said, man, you already know what it is, homeboy. I'm coming in and we finna smash, dog. Like,
Yeah, we finna
there's
put them
no
boots on
talking.
your ass.
Yeah, you're getting smashed. He was like, all right. So I believe it was Bonson and man, Bobo, you gotta remind me of the other one, homie. But Bonson and somebody else, they went in on Bobo's quarter check, man. And I'm holding time, bro. I'm holding the watch, but I'm also watching them too. You know what I'm saying? And man, they start going at it, boom, boom, and Bobo surprised me, man. Like that motherfucker did not drop his head. He didn't drop one time. That boy, he held his shit, man. He handled his fucking business. He got popped in the nose. They popped him real good in his nose, man. You know what I'm saying? But he did not drop. He did not fall. He didn't bow his head. He kept pushing. He kept swinging. He kept punching, man. He handled it just exactly how he's supposed to handle that motherfucker, man. And I still remember this shit. After we was done, we was like, we go in there and we get home, but we lost stars with the homeboys and we tell them, welcome to the, welcome homeboy. And after all that got said done, nigga said, see, I told y'all the Oak Cliff niggas don't play. He had to just throw that bullshit out there.
Yeah.
We was
Still.
telling him like, yeah, Oak Cliff niggas scared now. He went out there, he represented the city, man. He represented his part of town. So,
That's what's up.
and quick backstory real quick about Bobo, man. And this is for anybody out there that don't believe it, man, that feels how I felt when I was 18 and I got fired from that Dollar General, man. Listen, man, if you don't believe that you can't make it because of this felony, you're wrong. You need to take a look at the life of my boy Bobo, man. Fabian, man. All right. This man did time. This man got some felony, but guess what, man? This dude got some fucking awesome job. This dude has not went back. This dude travels and works. This dude has a wife. He has kids. He has a brand new fucking house, man. And he's doing it all legit through hard work, man.
And
If
he got a
Bobo could
scary
fucking
ass
do it,
job.
man,
Sometimes he shows me
but
what the fuck he's doing.
yeah,
That shit's scary as hell looking.
he installs. I'm gonna let the world know he installs skyscraper windows, man. That boy be in them tall ass buildings, putting the windows in, man. That's what Bobo does, and Bobo gets paid good for that because Bobo understood the assignment when he got out of prison, man. You know what I'm saying? So please don't. If you in there and you thinking that you can't make it, or you got this felony behind you, and you feeling like, man, it's hopeless. I gotta do this. I gotta sell drugs. Man, that's bullshit, man. Because I look at my homeboy Bobo every fucking day, and I see him working. I see the videos that he posts up, and I know he's my motivation to keep pushing, man. You know what I'm saying? He's my motivation to keep pushing, and he's shown us, if we're willing to look, that there's something greater out there than just pushing these
Facts.
drugs and just robbing these people, man, and doing that,
Facts.
man. And it's all through
Facts.
hard work and determination. And my boy right there, Bobo Fabian Garcia, man, yeah, he do it. So shout
Yeah,
out to my boy,
I'm
my
proud of
family,
him
man.
too, man. That's why I
Proud of
say
you,
I
my
got a
boy.
lot of love for the homie. He's always showing me a lot of. So I show love to the ones that show love back, and he's one of them from day one that I always have. But listen, let's
But,
get it. We've been going for a long time, and I want to get into
yeah.
that Fed talk though
Okay,
because
we finna get the
the
Fed.
Fed.
Well, but let me
No, go
just
ahead.
one more time. I'm sorry. I just want to say
No,
this
go
about
ahead.
Bobo.
It's your
Bobo
show.
is the only homeboy, and bro, I'm the only homeboy that I've ever kept in touch with through all my sentences, man. And I'm talking about since 2005. That's 20 fucking years, man. That me and Bobo have been in each other's life, man. My boy was going through something. He called me and I was there. I was going through something. I called him. He's there. You recognize, like, every person that you come across in prison, you're not gonna keep it. You might never see this motherfucker again in your life, man. But something about Bobo and the way me and him clicked, man, I always knew that was gonna be a friend for life, man. And he got one here for life too. And he's never shown me any different than since day one. He's been the same person. So
Brother, he was
shout
talking
out.
so good about you. Listen,
Yeah.
when you weren't knowing, he said the same thing about you. I promise you. You better believe it.
Man, that's my family right there.
He
So
said the same thing about you. That's what made me want to do this with you because I know how he carry himself,
well,
right? And then when he told me
yeah.
about you, but so look though, when you get out of TDC and so you just two questions. First of all, how long do you stay out? And then when you get to the feds, tell me what it's
Okay,
like
so
blasting in the feds.
I get out. I get out. Well, if you don't mind, let me just like
I don't
in
mind shit.
between
I'm just trying to.
between
I
the
don't mind
state
whatever you
and
want
the
to do.
fed time. So, bro, I experienced success, bro. What I mean by that, like, I experienced being on top. Like, I build, like, me and Ralph the promoter. Shout out to Ralph the promoter, man. I That's one of my friends I grew up with. But we built this empire, this new era TV, and for all the OGs and all the people my age and in the 30s and shit, y'all know what I'm talking about. New era TV, Club Carnival, OUI, Mr. Biggs, all that, man. New era TV on TV every Wednesday night at 10:30. DJ Chuco, the Lovely Precious, DJ Chaotic, yeah. Like, we built that company. Like, the first 2 years of getting out of prison, I was rapping. I became a part of a record label called Dirty Dallas Entertainment. I did songs with Mr. Lucci, Mr. Pookie. You know what I'm saying? I hanged around the whole North Dallas, the NDA, the North Dallas Association, which of course is all them Pookie, Lucci, Lil Will, Stubberline, all them boys, all them North Dallas boys. You know what I'm saying? I, I actually got to know them. And then pursuing this music, I got to meet Devin the Dude. I got to meet, just different kinds of people that I used to jam to growing up, homie. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I remember Ralph, the promoter, he happened to be my manager as I was rapping, and we were doing a show in Fort Worth, and he saw the way that I control the crowd. Though you might not know me when I step on that stage, but by the time I get off, bro, you're gonna be a fan of me. And he recognized that, right? He comes up to me. He was like, "Hey, man, what do you think about starting a promotion company?" He's like, "You could do all the hosting. I'll do the door, and that could be your platform to get you more people to listen to your music and this and this." So I'm like, "Man, you know what? Hell yeah, why not? Let's do it." So from 2007 to 2013, that was the time I was out from the feds. That whole time, remember, the first 2 years I was rapping. So after that, promoting. And when I tell you, man, me and Ralph, he put more hard work into this shit.
So which one is better in your opinion? Is it better to be a rapper or is it better to be a promoter? Tell these
you
young
know what?
kids out here.
Okay, so I always wanted to be a rapper. I always wanted to do something in music, right? And I'm not no slouch, homie. I know how I could spit. I could spit. You know what I'm saying? I can handle my own on beats and everything like that. And my shit ain't trash, bro. You know what I'm saying? But the money came from promoting, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The money came from promoting because at the time when you're starting out as a rapper, bro, you don't get these good breaks like everybody else does, bro. It takes fucking years and years and years and years. And bro, you're hungry. You got to eat, right?
Right,
So I
right.
started doing this promotion thing and this money, like for the first 2 years, it came out of pocket sometimes. Sometimes we would break even and sometimes we would go home with $10 a piece, me and Ralph, bro. You know what I'm saying? But we was building a company. We was building a brand, bro. So about 3 years in, we started doing this club in downtown called Life. One night, we went from 300 people to 800 people. Boom, right? And we was like, well, okay, hold on. You know what I'm saying? So then the next weekend, 1,000. And it started staying consistent, 1,000 plus,
Dope,
1,000 plus,
dope, dope.
2,000, 3,000. We started doing phone parties. We started doing themes, and we do whipping contests, wet t-shirt, nasty but classy, all types of shit. We used to have the strip clubs going against each other. The best strip clubs in Dallas, winner takes $1,000 cash. Bro, when I say me and Ralph, we built that brand up to where, bro, we got voted in the SCA, the Southern Entertainment Awards, 3 years in a row, bro. It's part of the best promotion companies out of Dallas, bro.
No
You know what
shit.
I'm saying? And
So
we
y'all
never
was
going to.
successful as hell
Yes,
then. Y'all was
bro.
doing y'all
Yes,
thing.
yes, bro. And bro, YouTube it. You go on YouTube and see our shows. New Era TV, bro. You can see it on me. And Bobo would tell you, but not only Bobo, the people in Dallas would tell you, man. There are people that are my age, 42. I'm gonna say about 30 to 42, man. You know what I'm saying? They would know. You know what I'm saying? Because they went to my clubs. They went to our shit. Bro, I used to be working. I remember I was selling cars at the time when I first started. We started doing our TV show. I was sitting there selling cars for Clay Cooley, man. And I would have customers coming in like, oh my God, that's Big Ben. Oh my God. And everybody's all looking like, what the fuck? And I'm over there like, damn, not here, please, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right.
Oh my God, hey, can I get a picture with you? Or, like, I'm your fan, like this and this and this, like
So
random.
honestly, look, Ben, that shit is happening to me right now because the
Yeah,
platform is going so big. And I'm
yeah,
gonna be honest with you though. Listen, 99 out of 100 times I got my daughter with me. And I
mhm,
always, it's not that I'm not receptive to it, right? Because I peep energy, like how you coming at me, right? If you're smiling
yeah.
and shit, you're coming at me, then maybe I'm cool with it. But at the same time, I'm so cautious because I got my kid. But check this out. I don't mean to interrupt you, but somebody dropped in the comments about 100 times saying, tell you that Big Head said, what's up?
Oh man, shout out to my boy, man. Hey, bro, nothing but love to you, man. Like I miss you, my boy. That's right there. That's my boy, Big Head. We've been childhood friends, man, since I was 12 years old. We grew up together. We thugged together. He was actually with me the time I caught my first state jail felony. He was one of the
He was
cats with
one
me.
of them doing it.
He was one of them with me, man. That was my ride or die right
Yeah.
there, man. Me and him, we would do our thug thizzle, man. And when I mean thug thizzle, like some of the shit we did, bro, like I'll still be behind bars for him.
Yeah,
If
we
you
don't
catch
want to
my
talk
drift.
about none
So
of
I'm
that.
not gonna talk about that though.
We don't want to talk about
I'm
that.
putting in perspective how me and
I
Big
got you
Head,
though.
that's how. So man, bro, I
Yeah.
love you, brother. And man, hit me up, bro. Hit me up through Messenger, bro, so we could exchange numbers, man. Like I'll miss you, homeboy. I want to see how you doing, how your pops doing, how your family's doing and shit, man. And catch you up on this side, homie. But please hit me up, man. I love you, big dog. My boy,
Ben, I
Big
bad
Head,
want
man.
to hear about this feds though. Cause
Okay, here we
listen,
go.
so
So
let
let's
me tell
go.
you why. Let me tell you why I want to hear about the feds there's a lot of people around here in this area, especially Houston too. Houston is probably the biggest one out the blast, right? Because Houston incorporates everything from Bryan College Station
Yeah,
down to Galveston to
yeah.
people north of Houston. It's down somewhere down to Victoria. Like it's such a
Mhm.
man. It's probably an 8 million people area that all blast out of Houston, right? So,
Yeah.
but you told me yourself, I ain't gonna tell your story. Like when you get to the feds, what's it like now being Tango Blast in the Fed? Where do they send you? What's it like? What happened? Like just tell these
All right.
people what it's like being a Texas
So,
man in a Texas clique going to a
all right.
nationwide system.
Let me just tell you, man, this shit night and fucking day. Everything you think you knew in the state going into the feds, you might as well throw that shit out the fucking window. Flush that shit down the toilet, except maybe the rules, it's some of the rules. But when you get to the feds, man, everything you thought you knew about being locked up, locked down, whatever, I don't give a fuck where the fuck you was at. Beto, Robinson, whatever, man. I don't give a fuck where you at, man. You ain't never experienced that shit like the way you experience in the feds, man. Everything you think you knew in the fucking state, throw that shit out the window because when you get there is yeah. I know in the state, You can't call me a bitch in the state because we fighting. You can't call me a bitch. You can't call me a hoe, especially in front of people. We fighting, dog. Those are fighting words. Me, that's how I was taught. When I get to the feds for the first time and hear my homeboys calling each other bitches and hoes in front of everybody, and everybody laughing and looking and shit like that, bro. And me, I'm taking offense to this shit. Like even a homeboy slipped up and called me a bitch, and I'm like, "Hey, homeboy, you got me fucked up. Ain't no bitch over here, dog. Like I'm ready to fight this dude because that's what I was
Right.
incorporated in the state, bro." Homeboy, speaker had to step in between her and like, "Hey, bro, calm down, nigga." He's like, "Bro, chill out, homeboy." He's like, "Look, homie." He tells homeboy from the feds, like, "Hey, homeboy here from the state, bro. Bitches and hoes are fighting where he's from, bro. That where he
Right.
came from. That's
Automatically.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
automatic, bro." Look, Trip. He's like, "You gotta understand here in the feds, homie. Like, we understand that you raised like that, bro. But over here, they call each other bitches and hoes all day." He's like,
And it
"So
ain't a disrespectful thing. It's
no,
actually
no, it's
so
just
so
like,
listen, when you started off the video, you said, "Hey, when I say the N-word, I don't mean no disrespect. I'm not
yeah,
racist. It's not nothing,
yeah,
right?" Like, so
yeah.
you had to learn that when they calling bitches and hoes and
Mm-hmm.
shit, it's really the same thing as you go and say, "My nigga," you know what I'm
So, my
saying?
nigga,
It's like that's all it was, but for
yeah,
you, it's a fucking shocker, and I understand it. I
yeah.
get it.
It's a shocker. Like, man, I'm finna shock. I'm finna, like, I had a couple of shockers in the feds, bro. You know, because what, like I said, the way we carry ourselves, the way we talk, the way we act, everything. That's our nature. That's the way we was raised. That's the way we know. That's our lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? That's all we saw growing up. Going to the feds, man, you can easily offend somebody by the way you are. You see what I'm saying? So now, not only do you have to be cautious of the way you was raised and the way that you carried yourself since day one, even all through the state, is different in the feds. So now you have to adjust yourself. You get what I'm saying? You have
Right.
to adapt to the
You
environment
gotta
around you,
relearn
man. You
everything,
gotta
right?
do that on everything, bro. And it's every place you go to that you gotta relearn something because it's different in every fucking yard. It could be the same in every state, in the state where you're going, everything's damn near. No, bro. In the feds, everything is fucking different. Every yard you go to, they got dropout yards. They got yards that Tango could never step on. Because if we step on that motherfucker, we're dead. And we talked about it. El Reno's one of them, bro.
Yeah, for
That's a
real.
family yard. That's family yard. We cannot go there. If we land on that yard, bro, we gotta let these people know, hey man, they know we can't go out there, but they're gonna see what we gonna do, right?
Right, right,
Nigga,
right,
if
right.
you show up to where I'm at and you don't say, "Oh, where'd you come from, homeboy?" "Oh, El Reno." If I don't hear you say El Reno in the shoe, bro, I'm taking off on you, bro, because you cannot walk that fucking yard without dropping your flag. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
So now it's
right,
about
right.
wordplay in the feds. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You see that if a homeboy comes up and says, "Oh, it's at El Reno," but you don't say in the shoe, nigga, you was walking the yard, you dropped your flag. You see how easy
Yeah,
the shit in the
yeah,
feds
yeah.
to get confused and misconstrued and everything like that. That was the hardest thing to fucking adjust to, bro.
So in Beaumont, where I was at the medium, it was the exact opposite, right? Where the
Mhm.
farmers had they if the farmers didn't get beat off of that yard, they would get killed at the next like
Yep,
they would send them over there to Beaumont.
yep,
If they didn't get smashed off the yard, they literally had to get
yep.
smashed off the yard to make it to El Reno. And if they didn't show up there coming out of the shoe with a shot for getting smashed off the yard, they was gonna take
They
them
don't
out
get,
instantly.
and bro, when you mean take them out, bro, he means shanking.
Yeah,
They play
killing
with
them,
knives. Like
killing them.
in the state, I know. Like I told you about beating down and stomping and all this shit. When you get to them feds and you in the medium and the USP, bro, your pack when you get there is a fucking shank with your deodorant and soap and toothbrush
Hmm.
and
Some old
toothpaste.
used
That was
shorts,
a
used
head.
shoes, and you
Yeah,
listen.
bro.
Hold on, some deodorant, some toothpaste, some shorts, some used shoes, and a big ass knife.
Hey,
Welcome
hey,
here.
hey, don't forget the coffee, man.
Oh yeah, a bag of coffee, maybe
Bag of
maybe a
coffee.
square or two. You know what I'm
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? But that knife is definitely gonna be in that motherfucker, man. And if it ain't, you definitely have one by the morning, bro. Like them boys poke. When you get to the medium, when you get to the USP, they poke. You know, the low, they'll stomp you. They'll drive. You know, I've seen people. I'll get to that. But I seen motherfucker get stabbed and locked up at the low in Elkton, Ohio, bro. Dude from New York was shanking, chasing a Chicago cat. Chicago cat, big old dude. That bro was hitting walls, bro, trying to get away. Dude from New York, he just stepped down from the medium to that low, and he wasn't trying to hear it. That boy chased him down to the ice room, started stabbing, beating the fuck out of him. Died. The guard comes up and dude damn near threw up. You know, oh my god, like he hit the deuces, like he didn't know what the fuck to do,
Shocked the
bro.
fucking
Like, yeah, they
guard
shot
half
the
about
shit out the
bad, huh?
guard, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said like it don't matter where the fuck you at, bro. It's county, low, medium, high.
You know one story, Ben, that I remember. So listen,
Yeah.
when I was at the medium, I had a homeboy come over from the USP. His points dropped, right? And
Mhm.
while I was at the medium, they thought somebody escaped. They thought this wood had escaped, bro. They couldn't clear count. And I'm talking about so you know when they can't clear count in the feds, what they
Yeah.
do, it's lockdown time. It's
Lockdown,
yard
bro.
recall. It's
Everything.
everybody gotta go down. And guess where they found them?
In his room.
In the ice machine.
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay. I think I
Dead
heard this one, bro. Dead.
dead in the ice machine.
Yeah. I heard about this one.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they thought he
Man,
escaped and his ass was dead inside of the ice maker.
you know what's crazy? It's like everybody thinks about the United States and how big it is, you know, 50 states and all that shit, and it's big, and I could go ahead and tell on dude here, and I'm gonna get sent to the other side of the United States. Ain't no way I could get caught, boy.
Oh shit.
That fed system is smaller than what you think. All it takes is
Yeah.
a fucking phone call. Everybody got jacks on every fucking yard, man. You could claim, oh, I came from over here. They don't. Guess what? Oh, yeah. Hey, homeboy, what's up? You know this nigga name? Da, 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 da. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, he 100. He straight. All right, homeboy.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, bro. Boom. Like that, bro. A motherfucker find out you telling the truth or lying just like that, bro. It don't give a fuck if you, I don't give a fuck if you're from Alaska and you're in Texas, nigga. We're gonna find out about you
Hell yeah.
even before you touch that goddamn yard.
Fuck yeah.
You know
And
what
if
I'm
that
saying?
yeah, like it's no so one that's the thing about the feds and shit to the state nowadays too, because there's so many
Yeah, I
phones.
heard. I
Once
heard.
your ass no good, you're just no good no more.
You're just
See,
no good no more.
when we was younger, bro, you had a chance of changing a unit, and you know until somebody
Starting
else
over.
might show up from start over,
Yeah.
but then maybe somebody else will show up and tell on you or something like that.
Mhm.
But nowadays, it's just over with for you, bro, because everybody from every car got phone numbers
Damn.
to all their other homeboys in other places.
And check this out, bro. Maybe none of the blasts has a phone, or we don't have no homeboys, or we don't know no homeboy to call at that unit. But guess what? I'm cool with my boy Snow. He a Crip. Hey, Snow, holler at your Crip homie over there and find out about this nigga that just pulled up.
Yep, and I'm gonna
And
do it
guess
for you.
what? And guess what? Yeah, Snow gonna do it for me, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
don't like,
So
bro. There is no escaping
the
this
white
shit.
boys so the white boys actually did it was the ABT cats that there was a new dude that showed up. He was from Texas City, and he
Mhm.
was suspect looking like a motherfucker. Ben, he had glasses, he looked like a chomo. You know, if you
It's
show
Terminator
up looking like
3000.
one, it's really bad, right? You're really under suspicion. Well, they didn't know nobody to call. He was fresh in the system. So the fucking Woods come ask this white Crip, hey, will you go walk a few laps with him and check him out for me? And bro, I'm thinking to myself right away, this dude don't seem right. But I don't want to be responsible for his fucking death either. You
Yeah,
understand? So
yeah.
we get about 3 laps in, and I tell him, hey, look, Tommy, I'm gonna just be honest with you. The white guys sent me up here. I'm a fucking Crip. I know you don't understand what's going on, but they sent me up here to see who the fuck you are and what's going on. And I'm just gonna be honest. If you ever told on anybody, you got a sex case, child case, or whatever, you got to get the fuck out of here because they gonna kill your ass. And he was like, but listen, he told me I don't have none of that shit. But the look on his face
Yeah.
told me, oh yeah, he's gonna get the fuck out of here. And that same night, the next morning, listen, the next morning, the Woods and the ABT dudes come going, hey, what happened to the dude from Texas City? I'm like, fuck, I don't know. But you know, I didn't even tell them that I had told him, hey man, if you're dirty, you better knock on that window and tell them people your life in danger and get the fuck out of here. And he took my advice, and boy, I swear to God, he was out of there the next fucking morning. It was crazy.
I mean, at least he took your advice, because then you got. I mean, look, bro. This is where the thin line right here. It's a thin line right here, bro. The way he took it, we can never do. You know that. We can never just check in. That's checking in. We have to get dropped, bro. We got to show that paperwork we got dropped, or we went. We took off on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because we go to that next yard, bro, and you checked in at the first yard. That shit gonna follow you, bro. You got that lockup order that you got to show them. And if that lockup order is checked that you for the safety of yourself and other, oh, see you later, buddy. You're not gonna stay here either. You know what I'm saying? And this time you're gonna get dropped. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no checking in. You ain't gonna escape it, nigga. We finna get you here. And then guess what? Every yard you finna hit from then on, it's gonna be just like that. Bam, 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 bam. You know, it's not worth, like, if you anybody out there, if you looking at some kind of time, fair time, you know, whatever kind of time, man, it's not worth telling. It's not. You might as well be a chomo. You might as well be a rapist. You might as well be a snitch, because that's basically what you're going to be treated as wherever you go. You know, I've been at Big Spring, bro. Big Spring, the fucking chomos could not walk into the TV room. The chomos had to sit outside, stand out in the hallway and watch TV. They didn't have no tables to sit at. They had to sit on the fucking bunks all day. You know what I'm saying? So guess who's gonna be right there with them? The snitches, man. So it's just hold your nuts, man. Your time will be easier. That's all I
Right.
could stress, man.
What the fuck
But yeah,
turned off on me, and I paid my bill. I don't know what the hell just happened. Hold on. Everybody that's watching, I think it just came back. I'm gonna get this.
I don't know. I mean, if you want, bro, man, we had the 240 mark, man. I mean, we can continue this another time, or you want me to keep going?
Let me see, can I get this shit? See what the fuck is get up in there.
Man, I mean, I know we finna hit that 3 hour mark, man. But let me just tell y'all, man, that what I'm telling y'all is basically like something that has stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? But I have more stories and more shit that I could keep going on forever and ever and ever. But I wanted to tell these stories because these are the ones that I feel like y'all should know how it is in
No,
there,
so
man.
what? So what I wanted you, why I wanted you to get into the Fed talk though, and I apologize because something happened to my
Yeah, you
Wi-Fi
cool.
for a minute. Because listen, and this is no disrespect to none of my blast homies. My first cousin right now, my real first cousin, white boy, is blasting. Right, he's speaking for this building over there where he's at, and he's a white dude, but he's got bodies under his belt. Like he's there, he's never coming home. You know what I'm saying? He fight like Mike Tyson and shit, but these cats need to understand, being and only you can tell them what it feels like to go up against 49 other fucking states. Like when you're the main, you're the dominant majority there. Now what's it feel like going in there realizing now you got paisas, sureños, you got Latin kings in this bitch,
Bro,
you got
I
everything. Like when you realize this shit, how does it feel? You come from like running shit in the state to now you're like probably the minority.
so okay, if you're anywhere in Texas, you know, if you're doing anything anytime in Texas or Louisiana, you know what I'm saying, you know, Pollock, shout out to Pollock, you know what I'm saying, those are our jails. You know, we're gonna be the ones that are outnumbered other cars and shit. You know what I'm saying? Except for Beaumont. Beaumont, the black car kind of outnumbers us. You know what I'm saying? But that's our
Yeah.
mothership right there. That's where we have the most homeboys at and shit. And we used to have more back then, but they started shipping them out and shit, dropping the numbers over there, whatever. But that's like our mothership, man. You know what I'm saying? And the feds, bro. Now let me tell you a little story. Remember how I just said right back then about how we had 5 on the TS
Mm-hmm.
at Minnow Wells, right? We had numbers that couldn't go over 5. I
Right.
showed up to Elkton, Ohio, bro, and we had numbers on us from the Bisos. The Bisos were over 200 on a 2200 man unit. Puerto Ricans were about 100 and something. And 10 tongos, not 10 blasts, bro. 10 total. Tango Blast, fucking Salanto, the Radar. It don't matter what the fuck you was. It's just 10 of us. When I got there and I found that shit out, I was like, what? Nigga, we ain't never had no fucking numbers on us wherever the fuck I went, bro. And
It
y'all
was
niggas are just,
shocking, wasn't it?
yes, bro. And y'all niggas are just sitting here still. You know, bro, I took offense. I took offense to the homeboys already there because I felt like, you know, we don't have numbers on us, bro. And that's what makes us notorious because we believe in what we stand in. And that's why we did what we did and separated ourselves from who we separated ourselves because we don't sit there and we don't listen to everybody else, man. We don't sit there and get demanded to do something by another person, another gang, bro. That's why
Right.
we have who we have because we govern ourselves and we regulate ourselves. And the one thing about the feds, it doesn't matter if I'm out on the East Coast with 10 homeboys or over here in Texas, nigga, with 130 homeboys, bro. I know one thing, bro. I could go up against the whole fucking yard with these 10 homeboys and not worry about these niggas running on me.
Right.
I'll go to
Facts.
war with these 10 niggas all fucking day than I would anybody else, bro, because I know that is part of our recruitment and part of that quarter check, bro, is to make sure you ain't gonna fold and make sure you ain't gonna run, bro. And these motherfuckers right here who are standing next to me, they passed that test. That paperwork is good. That quarter check is good. It's there, bro.
Stand
You
up
know what I'm saying?
dudes.
Stand up dudes, bro.
So listen, that I don't mean to interrupt you, but so let me tell you something. I know there's rumors, right, because of that Gangland show, and they had that big ass unit on Smith Ride that the Crips and the Tango Blast are enemies and all this other shit. But in reality, most all the Houston cats was all right, dog. Like they was from Houston and we was from Houston area. Like we didn't really have no unless there was some type of altercation. Man, we was rocking with them because they from
Yeah.
Texas too. If you want to know the truth, you know what I'm saying?
See, when situations like that happen, bro, it's mainly it's mainly a yard thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Something happened, maybe somebody stole something or disrespected somebody and it's a yard thing, bro. We would know like it's hardly a time where it's nationwide. You get what I'm saying? It's happened though. It's happened nationwide where we had to go on lockdown in the feds, a nationwide lockdown because some shit popped off all over the whole U.S.
Right.
One thing against another. But then you have some shit that might pop off at Beaumont, USP or Beaumont Medium, but from the Crips and the Vice House. But then when you get shipped and you show up over here to fucking California, dog, guess what? Y'all niggas don't got no beef. That was over there, bro. Leave that
Right.
shit over there, nigga. We over here doing our own shit, dog. That's the shit that I'm talking about, dog. Like,
Right.
like, bro, we just had a problem with these fools over here, and now I'm over here and we're eating with them. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But that's how different it is in the feds, bro. Every unit you go to, it's like you're starting over again. It's you get what I'm saying, and
Yeah, yeah.
it was stressful at first, but you learn to adapt, and that's what makes you successful in the prison game is adapting to your environment, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't just show up there and start fooling out. Guess why? You know why? Because there might be the motherfucker down the road who's been on this unit for 10 years now and he already got his money established and he's making $2,000-3,000 a week, maybe, bro. A
Right.
day,
Or
maybe, bro.
more. Yeah,
And yeah,
more than
going
that
hard, bro.
sometimes.
And here I am coming in thinking I could change shit around here, bro. Oh, nigga, they finna get me off of that unit faster. Man, I can't even compare it to, bro. But
Don't fuck up the money flow,
don't
basically.
don't fuck up the money, man. Don't show up to a spot thinking that you're gonna change shit or you're gonna run shit over there because you were so and so at this other spot. No, nigga. Nah,
Right.
you better pipe all that
So
shit down
so
because
so
you
check
can.
this out. If you don't mind, Ben, we got
Yes, sir.
about 12 more minutes. We'll stop it at
Yes, sir.
3 hours if that's
All
okay
right,
with
all
you. And
right.
it's gonna
Yeah,
be a
no,
long.
that's fine.
This one to be the longest ones I've ever did. But this is also one of the. This is one of the top two that I've ever did. Shout out to
I
my brother,
appreciate that,
CEO
man.
Robert Hockley. Hockley did one that we went 3 hours because it was so fucking good. I didn't want to stop it, dog. Honest to God, and this is one of them. So listen, when you hit the federal system, I got two questions for you. Where did you have the biggest numbers and where did you have the lowest numbers, and then what was the feeling like in your
So
mind in between both of those places?
okay. So when I first got to the feds in 2014. I got popped in 2013. I went through the process of getting sentenced and all this other shit. And man, I wish I could have got to that with people about how the sentencing in the state is totally different from what the feds is, man. You know, you got sentencing tables and guidelines and shit like that they go abide by in the feds. Ain't no go over there and tell them I'll do 30 right now, I'll do 20 right now.
No,
And you're
yeah,
looking
none
at
of that
50
shit.
in the feds. If you're looking at 50, you're looking at 50.
You got
Unless
that
you're
1 through
talking
6 on the top and that 1 through 43 on the
at
side.
the bottom, baby. You know what I'm saying? On the side, man. So um when I got to Big Spring in 2014, bro, we had about 100 and I want to say 20 to 130 homeboys total on that yard. I'm talking about all the thongos together. So of course, you know, other than the Paisas, we were because there's Big Springs is in West Texas, so and over there they have a lot of private facilities for ICE. You know what I'm saying? And so
Mhm.
some of the overflow will sometimes land on Big Springs, so that's why the Paisas will have a little higher number than the homeboys there. But Big Spring, we had a shitload of homeboy. When I'm like 130 something homeboys, and when we take them pictures, bro, and we making rolls, and it ain't one single roll, we're making rolls of homeboys,
Right,
bro. You
right,
with a lot of homeboys. When you're in that situation, boy, you better walk a straight fucking line. You better not sneeze wrong. You better not fucking. You better wipe your ass when you shit and wash your hands when you done. When them doors pop at 5:30, you know you're still brushing your teeth, boy. You better be laced up and ready to go for the day
coffee cup in
because
your
you got,
hand type shit, huh?
yeah, because you got motherfuckers waiting and watching, bro. Oh shit! I seen homeboy Snow still brushing his teeth when the doors pop open, man. We gotta bring that shit up at the home time. Guess what, nigga? You finna get beat up for what, nigga? Because you 5 minutes late brushing your teeth? Yeah, that's why. That's a rule there, and you gotta follow that shit no matter how stupid it sounds. They got it in place for a reason. And if you don't abide by that shit, they're gonna make sure that you either understand it, you're gonna follow it, or you get the fuck up out of there. You know
Right,
what I'm
right.
saying?
Facts.
And
Yeah, facts.
that's the Fed life right there. That's the
Yeah.
Fed life. You know, I went from 130 something people when I got shot to Elkton, Ohio, to 10 total.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And luckily, when I got there and I chopped it up with the homeboys, and I told them I didn't fucking like the way this shit is. Shout out to Santi, homeboy, if you watching this, man.
I mean, what the other cars? So listen, what the other cars trying to apply pressure on y'all?
But no, like because before I showed up, they were following the rules. The homeboys were following the rules. Look, bro, we didn't have no tables to sit at to eat, right? We didn't have no TV rooms or tables in the TV rooms to sit at to watch TV. The Paisas let us sit with them and watch TV, right? We didn't
Mm-hmm.
have shit, dog. And when I showed up there and I found that shit out, bro, I took offense to that shit, bro. What the fuck do you mean, bro? What do you mean, bro? Why are y'all still on this yard? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? What
Take
the
off
fuck
on
you mean
somebody
we
and get
got
the fuck
10?
out of here,
And
huh?
get the fuck on. So go somewhere else, right? I said, but since we're here, watch. It took me a little, bro. And I man, I'll back this shit up and nobody's gonna, like I said, ain't nobody gonna type in there and talk about all that nigga lying and shit like that. No, bro. Man, I took this shit to the bike. So as soon as homeboy from Corpus and homeboy from Houston left, nigga, I got the keys. You know what I'm saying? I got the keys. So I go straight to the Bison, the number one, and I tell him, hey, look, I'll be in there watching TV, man, because we're allowed to sit up in there. And your homeboy will come in and just change it for no fucking reason, bro, in the middle of what I'm
Right,
watching. And then
right,
get up
right,
and walk out and leave it there, bro. That's offensive, man. First
right.
of all. Second of all, you got 10 paisas. The TV rooms each hold 20 people, and they're watching the same fucking program on both TVs, man. You mean to tell me you can't give me some time to watch a different show on different TV?
Right.
At the time, they were scared of the blacks. You know, I don't care. I don't give a fuck if they get mad because I say that them Bisons are scared of black people. I don't give
Because
a
the
fuck.
Pisces not. So that's why the Pisces had that no hands rule because they know they're
Yeah,
gonna get their ass beat to death
no,
coming with them one on one
they're scared of
fights.
black people, and I'll back that shit up to any fucking Bisons who
No,
think I'm
it's
fucking
it's
lying on that
true.
shit, bro. I've been to so many fucking units in the feds, bro. I've seen it in every fucking unit I went to, bro. Now, don't get me wrong. You got some motherfuckers who ain't scared and they'll go out there hard.
Oh, they'll
You know,
kill
some
you. That's
Pisces,
what I'm
oh
saying. The
yeah,
Pisces had the no
yeah,
hands rule, where if you beat one of them up, they coming and trying to kill your
yeah,
ass.
yeah,
But they
yeah.
wouldn't do no fist fighting at all. But
No,
the
they coming
Tango
with
Blast motherfuckers, listen, the Blast boys and
yeah.
the other Tangos, they go catch the
Look at
fade with
that
the black
paper
dudes, no problem,
all
all
day,
day.
baby.
Pisces was the one card that had the "we ain't fighting nobody" rule because they couldn't
Yeah.
fight. If you want to know the fucking truth,
If you want to know the truth, bro, half of them motherfuckers are gonna run when the shit pop off any goddamn way. I said what I said, and I don't care.
Ben, so let me
I said
say
what I said,
something.
and I
Let me
don't care.
say something else. I'm glad you said that, brother, because you know what? I said in a video before, and the fucking people called me a liar from California. Because let me tell you something. In Beaumont, the Sudanos didn't have a fucking place to sit. They didn't have a fucking TV, nothing.
Yeah, yeah,
So
100.
guess what? The blast and so it wasn't just the blast, it was all tangos together. They would allow them to sit there, but I guess what, dog? So the blast, the tangos, I keep saying blast, but it was all tangos together, right? So they had two TVs and they would do the same shit to the Pisces. Now I'm understanding why. If the fucking Pisces was in the middle of watching something, the one blast dude wanted to go over there and turn that motherfucking TV and tell them all to get the fuck up, the Sureños would have to get the fuck up.
Yeah. Well,
And they're used to running shit like being the main
yeah.
men in
In
California, and they
California.
got federal
Okay.
preens they run. But in Texas, they didn't. They had to fucking listen to what the Texas boys said and had to
So,
bow down to that shit. That's just how
no,
regional and fucking
yeah.
different the feds are.
Well,
But they didn't believe me when I said it, fam. And you just
no,
said the opposite.
you ain't said not one lie in what you just said right now, bro. You said straight. You spit straight facts on what you just said. Let me tell you like this. Um, I want to say at least about two. I want to say three, four. Hold on. It's gonna be around 21, 20 that the Sureños, they got somewhere to sit now. They got a table. They got, shit like that at Beaumont. But before then, no. Right?
So
And I'm gonna tell
I
you why.
left the feds at
So
18, so I didn't
yeah,
get to see it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, by the time like my last two violations, I did at Beaumont, you know what I'm saying? So I got kind of laced up on what happened there. But just a little background real quick. The reason why we are able to walk in California and able to go to some of the prisons over there in the East Coast is because the Black Hand opened up the yards to us, man. They told the Sureños to open up the yards to us. You know what I'm
In
saying?
Victorville, huh?
So Victorville, yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what happened, man. And so in order to show respect back, because the Sureños come under the Black Hand all day, bro. If one Black Hand shows up to their yard, he's gonna be surrounded by Sureños everywhere he go. You
So
know what I'm saying?
I have a bad question for you that I've always wondered. This is what
Yeah.
I've always wondered. Okay, since you was in Beaumont too, right?
Mhm.
There was Sudanos there, but their numbers was low.
Yeah.
It was, fuck, I ain't
Well,
gonna lie, there was probably 40 or 50 of them. But hold on, let me finish, Ben.
yeah.
There probably was 40 or 50 of them spread out across one building, two building, and three building. But at
Mhm.
that time, there was probably 400 tangos, right?
Mhm.
So when the Texas Mexican Mafia, the TS, the Aztecas, the only Mexican family I seen them allowed to walk over there was RUs or
Mhm.
no, I'm sorry, PRMs.
Yeah,
PRMs. They let
yeah.
them stay. So what would have happened if an actual Black Hand would have showed up over there? Would the
Okay.
Tongos would have took him out, or would they have let him
No,
stay because
no.
the Sureños are there?
Well, no. Because of what happened, like opening up the yard for us and shit like that in California, and which allowed us to really expand nationwide. If you want to know the truth, um, of course, anywhere in Texas, anywhere in the surrounding states of Texas, they know who Tango Blast was. You know what I'm saying? But they really didn't know out in California, or they really didn't know deep over there in Massachusetts and shit like that who
Right.
the fuck he was. We're a Texas gang, bro. You know what I'm saying? But by them doing that, they allowed us to expand nationwide, bro. And now they have a lot of us in different, like over there in California. There's a lot of us over there and the East Coast, and our reputation precedes us, bro. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. When I went through Atlanta, because I had went to Memphis, I made it down to the fucking camp, bro. I was there for 25 fucking days. Get a 100 series shot. Get shot back to the low. So they, the homeboys at Memphis happened to take off on the biceps, man. So they had to clear the fucking make room, bro. So they threw us on a special chain. I go to Atlanta. They drive us overnight to Atlanta, bro. Special chain, all the way from Memphis, Tennessee, down through Mississippi, Georgia, all the way to whatever to Atlanta. And bro, that it was just. I ain't gonna lie to you, Pete. So I kind of fucking lost my train of thought right now because I was lost in the story. Kind of remind me
this
back where we
we
at.
was talking about the basically them allowing y'all to go out there and y'all allowing them to come here, I guess, basically.
So yeah, so
So basically it's like a mutual treaty.
so
Like
okay, so going out to going out to Atlanta, bro. They were dressing me out, and as soon as I take off my shirt, if I take off my shirt, bro, I have a big ass fucking star that I earned right here. And the difference between the state and the feds is a motherfucker shows paperwork in the feds and he's good, and all of a sudden he gets tattoos of stars and shit around his body. And the fucking state, when my time in the state, bro, every fucking star you have on your body, you put work in. It ain't because I'm blasting, I want to put it on my body. No, nigga. Every star I could sit there and fucking tell you what I did for this bitch. You get what I'm saying? And that was the difference between the state and the feds. You know what I'm saying? Another thing. So when I get to Atlanta, my bad, I'm dressing out. I take off my shirt. I have my big ass star, my stomper right here. It says Dallas, Texas, with 2 stars on my stomach, real big than a bitch. I got the triple D on my fucking neck. The guard looks at me up and down, and he goes, "If you ain't blasting, you ain't lasting." Right? And I said, "Man, what you know about that?" He said, "Man, I know about y'all, man. Tango Blast, boy, da-da-da-da-da." Dude from Atlanta. Dude's from Atlanta, bro. Over there talking about you ain't blasting, you ain't lashing. When I was in Elkton, Ohio, cats from Detroit, New York, Chicago, gangs from there are fucking telling me, "Hey man, y'all niggas go hard, man. We love the way y'all carry yourselves, man. Like y'all boys, man, like your reputation precedes you." And that tells you something, that whatever we're doing it right.
right.
You see what I'm saying?
No,
Because
absolutely.
we're getting respect from all these other gangs, from all these other families that have been established for damn near 100 years, bro.
50 fucking years, yeah.
You know, we're getting love because of what we do. We're real big on respect. We're real big on rules. But if we're violated in any kind of way, we're savages, bro. And they know that. And that's why we get recognized and we get respect, and we give respect back. And that's a big thing that we always.
So I think you answered my question. So if a black hand would have showed up, he'd have been all right. But
He
just
would have been all right.
them Texas Mexican motherfuckers got their
No,
ass tore off the bone in the
yeah,
first 30 seconds.
they would have got tore up, bro. The reason why
I watched it
the black,
happen over and over again when they show up. I mean, bro, they would come through the day room, they just drop their shit and yell out Emmy or TS or whatever, and the whole fucking day room that was Hispanic would just run over there and just stomp their motherfucking ass to like a bloody pulp, bro. It was like crazy as fuck.
oh
But
man,
when I
hey,
was there, no actual California Mexican mafia ever showed up. So I was wondering, like, really, it wasn't my business though. I didn't fuck with the
but
Tongos tough enough to ask them no question like that,
they
right? I got homies that are, but
yeah,
so
it
that
was
you answered the question.
yeah. The reason why you won't see them though, like in like mediums, or you might catch a couple in the mediums and shit like that, bro. They're recognized as a terroristic group, or not a terroristic group, fuck,
STG
what the
type
hell,
shit, huh, man?
some shit like that, bro. Where like
Dangerous as fuck. So
they
they probably
can't.
all at the USPs, huh?
They're up in the USPs and higher, bro. 80X,
Yeah,
USPs, fucking smooth. You know what I'm saying? They're all in them programs, bro. They're all over there in them prisons, bro. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But yeah, if one would happen to show up to a yard with a blast is that because they open up, unless they did something and an agreement that we have with them right now happen to fuck up while I'm out and not know what's going on, whatever. Other than that, if they were to show up, bro, 9 times out of 10, the homeboys will allow that because of what they did for us, bro. They allowed us to
I,
go out there and expand and allowed us to finally get recognized and get respect. And like a lot of people, when you go to the feds and you go through Oklahoma, you're going through Oklahoma, you're catching a fucking plane if you're going anywhere. If not, you're catching a bus.
absolutely.
But when you go to Oklahoma and you don't land on the fifth floor, 5 Fox, and I heard we got 5 Echo now, you're hot. You're a snitch, you're a chomo, you're something. Because if you're blasting, the only way you're not going in that fucking tank is if we're full and you got to go to the shoot. So if a motherfucker shows up and they're talking about they're blasting, hey homeboy, oh yeah, where was you at over there? Oh, I was in G Tank. Bro, get the fuck out of here. Bitch ass
Yeah,
nigga, you ain't.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because you would
yeah.
have been right there in 5 Fox with me or
Right,
with the other
right.
homeboys. But with that being said, a Vayuko shows up to our tank. I'm right there with another homeboy from D-Town. We playing dominoes, homeboy. And there's the other two homeboys from the blast sitting next to us and just chopping it up. So this Vayuko, he looked sus. As soon as he walked in, he looked like a bison, bro. And we're already like, hey, nigga, this nigga, what? Oh, he's staying? What the fuck? You know, because some of the
Yeah.
bisons will go in there, look, and they'll be like, then they'll open the door and let them back out, bro, type shit. But this nigga is like, he's staying. So we're like, me and homeboy playing dominoes. We're looking at each other and we're watching Buddy. Buddy comes all the way up to the door next to our table and reaches out. I'm showing you my forearm for a reason. He reaches out and guess what's on his forearm? Hecho in Mexico.
Oh shit, he's a Pisces for
Right?
real.
Boy, we look back. I looked, my homeboy looked at me. He said, nigga, paisa. I said, what's up? You ready? He's like, let's go. And this is just how shit gets over there at the transfer. Boy, you better not be paisa landing on our tank. You better not be any kind of family landing on our tank. Because what you're gonna do to us if we land in your tank, we definitely gonna do to you. You see what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
me and homeboy is jumping up because we're finna go get ready to smash this dude out the fucking building. So dude goes in there, we go right behind her. He didn't get to shut the fucking door, bro. We up, hey nigga, hey, where you from, bro? Oh, hey, I'm Vayuko, homie, Vayuko. I said, man, what's up with the Hecho Mexico? Dog? He said, nah, homie, like, bro, this is but I'm Vayuko, bro. I'm from here, I'm from Ted. Da, 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 da. He showed me how little palmas and shit like that. I said, man, homeboy, you need to get that shit covered up because we was coming in here to stomp your ass, nigga.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
right there is another thing that I need people out there to understand. If you out here and you getting tatted up and you pushing drugs and shit like that, and or you robbing, you doing all this shit, and you all tatted up, bro, just make sure you know what you're doing. Because if you show up there and you got the wrong tattoos on,
So you remember me telling you that I looked like Martin when he fought Hearns or whatever? That's what
yeah,
happened. Listen, a Mexican Crip showed up from Galveston, and he had. So listen, the Mexican Crip had palm trees on his back because he was from Galveston, and that's an island. He had the fucking the Houston Texans shit on him, but the horns wasn't cracked because he was a Houston Texans fan. Bro, he had about 5 different fucking gang tattoos on him. And then, though, here's the crazy part. When they checked him on the shit, he holed out and didn't tell him he was Fire Deuce Hoover Crip. And I'm like, oh, what? I was like, man, I've known this man since we was little fucking kids. So I go on the yard and tell him, hey, he's a fucking Crip. And they're like, well, he didn't tell us. I said, well, then we're going to violate his motherfucking ass for that then. But he's
yeah,
still a fucking Crip. But, dude, they was ready to take his motherfucking ass out
bro.
because he had got
Yeah.
all these stupid ass tattoos in the free world and had no idea what none of them meant.
Listen,
That
bro.
shit's serious.
If you from the free world, you coming into them feds, bro, and you have a triple D on your body anywhere like this right here, and you decide that you're not fucking blasting or you're not gonna be part of the blast, guess what we finna make you do, bro? We finna make you change that damn D or cover that shit up. You're gonna have a big ass dot on your arm somewhere, or you're
Yeah,
gonna have
you
to
have a
change that
black
bitch up.
blob on that bitch, huh?
Yeah, bro. You come in with that, or you come in with a skyline, or you come in with a 214, and you ain't blasting, bro. 9 times out of 10, you finna get told cover that shit up. You coming in with you could be a fucking University of Texas fan. If you're coming in with some Longhorns, bro, and you don't even know who the fuck TS is, bro. Oh, you cracking those fucking horns. I don't care how much you pay for that bitch, nigga. How much
Right.
the ink is, nigga. That could be $1,000 ink. Guess what? This fucking burnt razor right here, this soot is finna
Yeah.
crack them horns for you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
No,
yeah,
it's
that's
serious.
like
It's serious.
tattoos. Tattoos,
It's
like
serious.
them, just put,
So I'm glad
yo,
you said that because out of and right here in Houston, right now, you know how many young ass kids that ain't never even been to jail got every Houston tattoo on them that is in existence, and they're out here throwing up the H's and all their pictures, and they ain't did a day in fucking prison. You better tell them what you just said. And listen, pay attention to
yeah,
what the fuck he just
so
told you. You
yeah,
was just gonna
bro.
cover that shit up. Matter of fact, they not. So listen. What happens if somebody come in and got the triple D, the 214, the Skyline, and he tell you, I want to blast? Is that cool? Like, is now y'all
I
putting
mean,
them down? Or
yeah, we're
y'all
gonna put him down.
gonna put them
We
down?
finished. You already know, man. If he come in, he ain't been down before. You know what I'm saying? He got all the tattoos. Yeah, you can get down. Yeah, we gonna check. But guess what? We finna do, bro. We finna fully investigate your ass. We finna fully make sure that you 100 before we even get to the goddamn quarter check. And when we
Right.
get to the quarter check, because you showed up with all these tattoos and markings, you ain't been nowhere. You finna get backdoored, homie.
It's gonna
And
be
if
brutal
anybody,
for you, huh, man?
yeah, bro, then let me let the ones out there know what backdoor means, man. That means two are gonna go in on you, probably 30, 45 seconds, bro, depending on what the homeboys feel at that unit, right? And then after those two more finna come in without no fucking break. That's backdoor. You finna get punished, man.
Yep.
Right? All because you wanted to get your city on your neck and shit. All right, ain't nobody telling you. We ain't saying you can't get it.
You
Just
gotta
don't
work
come to
harder
jail.
for it. That's all,
Don't,
huh?
yeah, don't come to jail. If you come to jail, you better blast. Because if not, that shit finna get covered up. And it's you get to some spots where the homeboys ain't trying to hear that. Period. They
I
finna
know it. So
smash
so let
you.
me tell you, and we're gonna be getting ready to close this one, Ben. And they're
Yes, sir.
saying in the
Yes, sir.
comments that this is the best one I've ever done. They literally have said that
Man, I
more than once,
appreciate that,
bro.
man. I
Hey,
appreciate that,
that's
man.
so I'm telling you, I feel like this is a tie myself. Like, so I got a black man named CEO Hockley that went
Okay.
in on Clemens Unit Youth Offender Program in Ferguson. We did 3 hours, and y'all just tied, in my opinion. But my fans, and I don't like calling them fans. I apologize to that because y'all ain't fans. Y'all family. Y'all Texas
Yeah,
Prison Stories
fam.
family.
Yes,
So I
sir.
apologize for saying that. I hate saying that word. But they're in the comments saying you just gave me my best one ever, bro. But
Man,
check
I
this out.
appreciate that, man.
A white boy. I'm talking about the most nerdiest fucking white boy you ever seen, Ben. Like, clearly, he's not gang related. Clearly, he's fucking. I don't know why he landed in this aggravated tank. The only reason I could think that he was in the aggravated tank is he probably has some kind of sex case.
First
He
thing that
def
comes to anybody's mind, you already know that. That's
Like,
the
bro,
first
you
thing that'll pop in
definitely
my
ain't a
head too.
fucking killer. You ain't shot nobody. You ain't robbed nobody. You got an aggravated sexual assault on a child or something. But check it out. He had a gigantic goddamn Houston Astros star tattooed on him. But he was just a Houston Astros fan. Like, he
Hmm.
wasn't one of these kids out here pretending to be blessed because he was from a white area, white city. He was just a Houston Astros fan. And bro, I watched them fucking them H-Town dudes beat this goddamn dude for about 20 or 30 fucking minutes for having that shit on his arm. They didn't have no
Yeah.
understanding. They didn't give a fuck.
Mm-mm. No, they don't. Like I was gonna say, it depends on like what yard you go to because in the
This was
feds,
the
once
county
again,
jail, you know, where they
oh,
really run
county
shit.
jail. Well, in the county jail, yeah. I mean, and there you got motherfuckers that are looking for wreck, bro. Like,
That's all
man,
it
homie,
was.
that
Entertainment on his ass,
entertainment
bro.
for them, man. Like they saw somebody that they felt like was no good, and they had a tattoo of Houston or the Astros on their arm, which happens to be the Stomper. You know what I'm saying? Yes, bro. They ain't even gonna ask no question. He looked like a weirdo. They just go take off on it. Yeah, bro. It's
Remember you
brutal
was
in
talking
there,
about
man.
the EPT guy army crawling?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he was trying to army crawl to the door and they was grabbing his feet and pulling him back.
He's dragging them back.
Yeah, beating his ass some more, putting him in the shower because they was putting him in the shower.
Oh,
Because guess
shit.
what? When you beat a man in that goddamn shower in Harris County, it's real easy to clean up the blood. You just turn on
Mm-hmm.
the goddamn shower,
Water.
wash it
That
all
water,
down,
that
and
blood gonna go right down.
yeah.
That's it, boy.
So listen, we're gonna leave it right there. That's what I wanted you to
All right.
do tonight, man. You did it
Yes,
good,
sir,
but check
man.
this out. You got a
Appreciate it.
green light anytime you ever want to come back on this
Hey,
channel,
man.
man.
Hey, look. It really, man. Like, I mean, I'll be honored, and whenever you want it, you want me to keep going, man. bro, I just barely brushed the surface. You get what
I
I'm
know,
saying?
I
With
know.
there's so
So
much shit that I've seen. So,
I would
you
like
know,
you to come back again and we do more Fed
yeah.
talk because we did
Oh
more
yeah,
state
yeah.
tonight.
We definitely do more Fed talk, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause you know, I like you just said, man. I got out last month, man. Hey, you know what? Hold on, let me just go and say this real quick,
And
man.
welcome
Shout out to
home
my
too
boys
officially.
out there in fucking Beaumont, man. Yeah, shout out to all my homeboys out there, man. I got nothing but love for y'all, homie. Just know I'm praying for y'all and I'm pushing for y'all, man. Shout out to my boy Junebug, my boy Memon. What's up with it, homie? You know what I'm saying? Hit your boy up. Shout out to Bear. Bear, he won blasting, but he's under the wing, man. Like he down for us, man. So shout out to my boy Barry, he from Stephenville, man. And I just want to tell everybody, all the homeboys in there, man, hey man, keep your head up, homeboy, and keep representing, man. Keep
You want
holding
to
it
hear
down for
something
the city,
crazy?
baby.
You want to hear
What's
something
up?
crazy? I'm from Lamarck, Texas, and guess what? You said Stephenville, boy. We hated
Yeah.
the fuck out of Stephenville because they beat us in the state championship 3 years in a row in football.
Oh, shit.
Them goddamn fools. And then listen, we went 6 years straight, and Stephenville beat us 3 goddamn times, man. And I was like,
Mhm.
man, I better not never run into nobody from Stephenville, Texas, in
Hey,
this bitch,
hey,
man. I don't
Barry,
care who he
hey,
is.
hey, Barry, you better keep your ass where you at. Stay away from my boy Snow, boy. He looking for
Man,
you.
say man, but that's old shit. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Nah, no,
so
no,
listen,
no.
when you went to Beaumont on the violation, was you at the low, the medium, the camp? Where
I
they sent you
was,
to?
man. Look, believe it or not, bro. My first violation, they shot me to the camp, bro, and I was surprised with that, motherfucker. I was like, "What? You
Oh, that
sending
was
me where
dope. That
to
was
the
dope.
camp?" I bet, but it ain't the camp that
Did they have
everybody
the fence?
was
Did
used
they
to.
have the
Yeah,
fence
they had
on?
the
Well,
fence
no.
on them.
Yeah,
They
okay.
had the
That was
fence,
new. The fence was
and
new.
then, but let me tell you like this, boy, that bitch was jumping when I walked in that motherfucking unit, bro. And you just seeing motherfuckers walking around with their jacks in their hand like it's just normal. And I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
every motherfucker in that place had a jack and they were walking around with their earbuds in, FaceTime and just and it's 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Bro, that
Live at
shit there, it
5, huh?
was live, bro. Man, babe, pants, pat, man, it was popping, bro.
Did they
Like,
tell you why they built that fence? Did you ever hear the
yeah.
story why they built that fence?
Well, I heard that they built it because that dude had made a complaint about during Corona that they kept going through his property to go pick up drops and runs and shit, and they kept like littering, leaving trash and shit all on his land. That's what
No.
I heard. What
No,
you
listen.
hear?
I remember when it happened. There was a young black cat that was broke, so he was the one going out to pick up the backpacks and the drops,
Mhm.
and he took off with the backpack and escaped.
Oh,
He ran with the shit, dog. He didn't come back in the unit with it. And when he escaped out that motherfucker, they knew people was running off and coming back. They knew that was normal. He
yeah,
didn't come back. So when he did that, it put nationwide attention on the camp and the fact that they
yeah,
had a fucking bro. They was running out to the road picking up so much they had a goddamn trail that you could follow. Like in the you know how when
yeah,
you run in the grass, like so
yes,
often to cut through the shortcuts and shit. It was so
yeah.
often that you just tell the new guy, hey bro, follow the trail. You'll
Just
see
follow
where
the
to
trail,
go.
man.
Yeah, so
Bro,
that's what it was. So that black dude, young ass black dude, why he left the camp like that, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking, right? Because he was getting paid good to go get them backpacks, but he escaped out that bitch, and then they built
he
that
probably,
fence, man.
he probably, ain't no telling, man. He probably smoked. He probably took a good hit of some dose. Yeah,
Maybe. I
started
always
with
think when
the
it's something like that, I always think it's usually over. His baby mama had some new dude or something he was
bro.
trying to go see.
Peep this shit out, man. Like before we go, man, or whatnot. So when I was there in 2023, I was doing my first violation. I went back in 24 to 25 to do my second violation, kill paper. So, and the first time I met this dude named Gaio, shout out to Gaio from West Texas, man. I mean, not West Texas, West Dallas, West Dino. Man, you know what? Shout out to my boy, man. What's up, my boy Fito, baby? What's up, baby? Shout out to you too if you watching, man. My homeboy Checkle too. But anyways, so homie, he fucking they leave him a car at the camp, bro. He goes in, jumps in the car, and burns the fuck out, bro. This nigga is gone for
Oh
three
shit.
fucking days, bro. 3 days, bro. And they catch him trying to cross the border into Mexico.
The
So
fuck?
I run into his ass in the shoe because this time I'm in the shoe going from the camp to the low. You know what I'm saying? I got caught with a fucking skillet, a blender, phone, 4 vapes, and 2 weed pens, bro.
Skillet
Yeah,
in a
nigga.
blender.
Bro, anybody would tell you who was at the camp with me, bro. Anybody would tell you in the feds, period, nigga. If they knew me, Triple D, baby, they know I cooked. I cooked my ass off, bro. For real. Like I'm a chef in that motherfucker.
Y'all
So of
pay
course I
attention to
had.
what he just said. He had a
Yeah.
skillet and a goddamn blender
And
in fucking prison.
it wasn't no blender. It was a neutral bullet, homie.
A
You know
neutral
what I'm
bullet, the
saying?
best
A
kind.
neutral bullet, the best kind, bro. I had geek bars, Tyson bars. I had fucking 4 vapes and 2 weed pens, bro. And I got caught on my fucking phone like a dumbass, bro. You know what I'm saying? My lookout, fuck you, goggles. Shout out to goggles, but fuck you, nigga, because I got caught because your dumb ass. Anyways, he went on his job or he was scared because she walked by him and he didn't want to squeak his feet or yell anything. Bitch walked up on me, man, caught me with my phone. Found all that shit, man. They locked me up so fast, boy, and sent me to that low.
So
And then when I,
listen, that
yeah, yeah,
low though, the low was pretty wide open too though, wasn't it?
but yeah, bro. Let me tell you like this, bro. Before I left that bitch, bro, they were tearing down the roofs inside the showers and shit like that. Niggas, y'all don't get mad at me for this, homies over there. But it's nothing to do with my homeboys or any car. I'm not putting anybody on blast. They found 3 keys of ice in that bitch, bro.
Oh, I believe it.
And that was in the ceiling, bro. Right?
I
Let me
believe
just
it.
put it in perspective. Some people got caught coming back from the yard picking up drops, and they had keys of ice on them too. Let me just put that out there in perspective. You
So
can imagine
in the
what it was like in
medium,
that, bro.
check this out. In the medium, so you know, in the buildings, there's 1, 2, and 3 buildings, and there's four units on each one, right? There
In
was
each
I was
one,
in
yeah.
QA, and then there's QB, and there was PA and PB. Bro, they was fucking going up on 2 row, lifting the roof tiles up, getting
Mm-hmm.
in the fucking roof, and cooking the wine in the roof. Like in there. That's where the fucking trash
Yeah.
bags was. And they'd have to jump
Yeah.
back up there and get it back out and shit. But they've told them if you cause what it was is you could literally go from QA to QB crawling
Mm-hmm.
through the fucking roof if you
On through the
wanted
roof.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they told them if we catch y'all in that goddamn roof again, we're about to give y'all some attempted escapes. So nobody
Yeah.
went up in that goddamn roof no more. But let me say one thing. Check this out. My
That's right.
homeboy. So make sure y'all follow Texas Prison Stories on Facebook because I got a homeboy serving a life sentence and we don't never say where he's at because that ain't smart, right? And he don't never show his face or anything like that. But guess what he was doing the other day?
What
He
was
was
he doing?
cooking up hamburgers on the goddamn George Foreman grill,
Yeah.
a real George Foreman grill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
hamburgers look better than the ones I make at home.
man, homie, you. I mean, I made the best pizza in that motherfucker. I'm gonna have to throw it out there like that. But you had this cat in there, Wedo. Shout out to Wedo, homeboy Sananto, Wedo, over there in Beaumont, Building A camp. This nigga had a fucking pizza maker in that bitch, man. Had
For
it.
real,
You know what
pizza
I'm
oven.
saying? Yeah, yeah.
It
Nigga, I was
goes
like,
live in the
oh,
feds,
where
don't
the
it,
fuck you
man?
get this bitch, boy? Say,
Best thing you gonna
man.
get in the state is a motherfucking stinger and
Hey,
a goddamn candle under your desk
that's
or
it.
something.
That's
In the
it,
feds, you
bro.
might have a blender, a iron, a
Nigga,
goddamn skillet. You might have a
when I got
George Foreman grill.
when I got to the low, okay, so it's kind of harder to get into the low because of the fence and that's the perimeter and all that shit, right? Motherfuckers were still getting in there, but this is how we was making our grills, bro. We was going in the fucking roof and popping the heating element from the heaters, bro. And then we were making fucking
Ah,
box. We were making a box and we'll line that shit up with aluminum cans to trap the heat in and everything like that. And we had the coil in there and we get a 6-inch pan from the kitchen and put it inside that bitch. And bro, that was our grill, bro.
so did you
That
ever
was our
fry
grill.
chicken in the trash can?
What did I? In Elkton, Ohio. Elkton,
Yeah.
Ohio, man. Shout out to East St. Louis, man. He was one deep frying chicken in the trash can, deep fried burritos, everything. Now there was his Latin King. What was his name, man? I want to say Gordo. Uh, he was the one doing mozzarella cheese sticks, apple
Oh shit.
turnover.
Boys are
What?
badass in that bitch,
Funnel
ain't they, man?
cake. Man, bro, listen, man. Everybody's like, in the trash can. No, listen, it ain't no dirty trash can. It's a brand new trash
No.
can.
And they
You know what
don't
I'm saying?
melt. Why the
It
hell do
don't, it
them
don't melt.
federal trash cans don't melt? What the fuck's
Man,
going on with them cans?
it's just a different type of plastic. Like you have some weak ones in there. Like it had to be like the real thick ones that work.
Yeah.
Because if you put in the little thin ones, that shit will melt on the first cook, bro. So
Man,
you have to
bro,
be
these
careful
trash
of what,
cans they had.
yeah.
I'm talking about. I watched my homeboy from Houston, homeboy that was a real OG. This motherfucker would cook fried chicken in his trash can every single day, and that bitch never melted one time.
Not one time. Oh,
Oil just
well,
bubbling. Hey, listen, man, let's close this shit out, man. Don't
yes,
go
sir. Yes,
nowhere.
sir,
Don't
man.
go
No,
nowhere.
no,
I'm
no. I
finna
got
end the
you. I'm
video.
right here.
And anybody that's watching this, man, share this shit out. And especially if you
Please
from
do, man.
D-Town, share it out, man. Thank you so
Yes,
much for
sir.
giving us this video.
Man,
And they're literally saying this is their favorite one, bro. So much
I
love and
appreciate
respect.
that. Hey, well, before you burn out, before you cut it off, man. Hey, listen, mental health,
Shout
man.
out everybody too you want to shout out, man. Think
Yeah.
about
Hey,
anybody that's inside because they watching, bro. Trust me.
shout out to my boy 2-3. What's up, baby? I ain't forgot about you. Shout out to my boy Lou. Shout out to Checo. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the homeboys over there in Beaumont, man, from the USP all the way down to the camp, man. Y'all know who I am, man. And, you know, ain't no but love, man. I appreciate all the love y'all showed me, man. And you know what I'm saying? Just know I do this, you know, I'm doing this to bring recognition, man, to how it is up in there, man. And I know a lot of y'all got stories to tell. And, you know, if you about the same message that we're about, you should hit my boy Snow up, man, because, you know, I met a lot of homeboys that been through some shit too, man. But one thing I want to stress to everybody out there, I don't give a fuck if you locked up or free, mental health, man. Check on your people. Make sure they're all right out there because you never know what's going on, what they're going through. They could be fine one day and then the next day they blew their heads off, man. You never knew. And all you
Yeah.
had to do was just call them and check on them, man.
So what you
So
saying
please
is
check on
don't
your
be
people, man.
selfish. Don't be
Don't be
selfish
selfish,
just because
man.
you're in there, man. Make sure
Yeah.
you check on your people out here like they checking on you in there, right?
Because this is real. The mental health is it's a real big issue in the United States, man, and worldwide, period, man. So please, man, check on your people, check on your loved ones, make sure they're all right. All right. Peace
Real
out, man.
talk.
Love y'all,
And I
Dallas. I love y'all,
appreciate you, my
Texas,
brother.
man. Love y'all, man.
Thank you, brother.
Man, if y'all ain't subscribed to him, check it out. Takes for the Story Family Studio. It's your boy Tim Snow. Got another one here for you, man. I just want to say what's up to everybody here.
Yeah, for when you a felon. I say you got me, man. That's what we gonna say.
Your boy Tim Snow. Takes for the Story Family Studio. It's your boy Tim